Welcome to Nimmin Live, the #1 place on the internet to learn about YouTube, network with other content creators, and have an awesome time doing it. My name is Nick, and today we are answering your YouTube questions, and we're looking at your YouTube channels. So if you have a question about anything it is that you're doing, we have a form down in the description, an actual link, I should say, in the description. And I also posted a link right here into the chat as well, where you can go ahead and put your question or your feedback request into that, and then we will get it pulled up on the stream today. But when I say we, I mean myself and my brother from the same mother, the amazing D. Nimmin. What's going on, D?
How are you doing? How was your week? How
Fantastic.
was your week?
Yep, fantastic.
How was your week? I hope you had a great week. And for those
Yep.
of you wanting to know how to ask questions, there's a little image here in the bottom left-hand side of the screen.
Yeah, so if you are watching this somewhere that is not on YouTube, you can go to that link, which is, just in case you're not looking at the screen right now, which is nicknimmin.com/ask, and that will send you straight to that same exact form where we can get your question answered on the stream today.
It's first come, first serve.
It is.
And right now there is plenty of room to get your question and answer. So if you snooze, you lose on this one.
So a couple things that I just want to bring to your attention. The very first, and I'm going to be honest, I'm really excited about this one for people. And the reason I'm excited about this YouTube news this week,
do you need to disclose that you get paid to say this? Is
because it's something that content creators struggle with. And that is that YouTube has rolled out practice mode for live streaming. So this is for the vertical live streams is where you can do this. It's not available for the regular live streams yet, but for the vertical live streams, this is a great opportunity for people that are intimidated by going live, that want to get your, all of your stuff set up and make sure that, your audio is coming through, make sure that everything looks okay, make sure that you have the right angle set and all that stuff. It just gives you the opportunity to do that and to practice your live stream before you actually go live. So that's a really big deal when it comes to YouTube and content because D, I know when it comes to, live streaming, as well that, that first initial thing, like we've answered lots of questions here over the years where people are like, oh, I want to live stream, but I'm afraid, what should I do? Like, this is a great solution for them.
It is a great solution, but nothing's going to beat hitting go record.
Right.
Like
and just diving straight in.
Listen,
Right.
You need to learn how to set up everything to go live. You need to build yourself up to go live. But there's nothing that's, it's cool to have this feature.
Yeah.
I'm not downplaying this feature. I'm not mad at Renee over
Right.
this feature. not yet. But nothing is going to make you a better live streamer than just going live and trial by fire.
Yeah.
Failing and doing it again. Streaming to an empty room and just going back and streaming again. Learning how to keep the conversation going. Learning how to interact with the chat. Learning how to deal with those awkward 20 to 30 second delays when you ask somebody a question and there's a huge delay.
When you ask the chat the question, you're like, oh my gosh, nobody's saying anything. Right. Yeah, but it's the delay.
Yeah. Trial by fire. Get on it. Get on it. Start live streaming.
So that's a really big deal. So I'm really excited that YouTube has, that they put that out because I think this is going to help content creators just be able to get a feel for what's going on because it's scary when you log in and then you just hit the button and go for it, where this gives you a chance to, warm up a little bit and all of that. And then once you're ready to go live, if you want to, then you can just click a button to switch from the practice mode and then just start going live there after you've warmed up a bit, which is great. So I think that is a fantastic news update from YouTube for that feature.
This is interesting. David Matney says, I paid for Streamyard 1 year before I was able to gather the courage to go live.
Yeah, that's a common thing, right? Because you get all the stuff, you get ready, but then there's that like, all right, now I got to take that step into the unknown. Yeah.
Listen, it takes bravery to hit go live.
That first time.
Yeah, it takes something. You have to just say, you know what, I'm going for it.
Yep.
I'm going for it, and I don't care if anybody shows up. I don't care if I say the wrong thing. I don't care if somebody's watching that might know me.
If somebody's like, oh, they look like an idiot. Don't care.
I don't care.
Don't care.
I don't care.
Yeah.
These people aren't paying my bills.
Right.
I'm going to hit go live, and I'm just going to have the best time by myself talking to myself.
Oh, it's great.
Yeah, if you approach it with that mentality, they don't care.
Tish, what's going on? Hope you're doing great. Brad, nice to see you in here. David Matney, nice to see you. Chantel, as always. Doug, nice to see you guys here, always, of course. Beanie Draws, what's up, man? Hope you're doing great. Jerry, nice to see you here as well. Larry, what's up, man? Hope you are doing awesome. Hope everybody's doing absolutely fantastic. Gregor, also in the house. What's up, Gregor Brown? Nice to see you in here, too, man. Hope you're doing great.
One
Monique,
thing about live streaming is that your audience is
Mooney,
more
what's up?
forgiving in a live stream.
Yeah.
When they're watching videos, they kind of expect a certain level of quality and how things move along to hold your attention. But when it comes to live streaming, you make a mistake. People are
they're tolerant.
They're tolerant with that.
Yeah.
It's live. People understand when you're live. And I think all those little mistakes that you make in a weird way, you might say something, that's what makes you unique.
Yeah.
Like, people latch on to those interesting things and make fun of you. Like I always make fun of you when you live stream. And
before we live stream and after we live stream.
Yes.
Yeah, all that. Yeah, absolutely.
Yes.
Speaking of live streams, I got to hop into 2 live streams yesterday.
Like you got on camera?
That I just didn't get that I just haven't had the opportunity to hop into. So Nate Black went live yesterday.
You were on camera? Or
No, I just hopped into the chat and caught him live.
Okay.
So that was exciting, right? Because I think he's only been live, I think, like 1 time on his channel.
Yeah,
so that
I've
was
never
great.
seen him live, yeah.
Yeah, that was great to get in there and see Nate live. He was doing like thumbnail reviews and stuff like that and roasting people. It was really good stream. And then I got to hop in on Kevin Colby also. So that was also, good stream, hopping in on
Kevin's
to that
great
one.
too.
He is. Yeah, so it was nice seeing those guys go live. But I do, before we get into the content today, I do want to let you know, if you are new here, if you've never, watched the show before, basically what we're doing is we are answering YouTube questions. We're looking at channels, giving feedback. If you have a question about anything that you're doing on YouTube, if you have a question about anything it is you're doing on YouTube, or you need feedback on your channel, we look at thumbnails, we look at titles, we look at first impressions, your homepage, things like that. So if you have any feedback that you want for anything that you're doing there, we can definitely take a look and give you that feedback. And of course, we're answering your questions. But you can get a link to that form where we pull those questions from. It's pinned in the chat if you're on YouTube. If you're not on YouTube, then you can go to nickniman.com/ask, and that will send you straight to that same place that we're taking the questions from. But before we get into that, there's 2 things that I do want to, a little bit of housekeeping that I do want to do here real quick. The very first is this stream is brought to you by OpusClip. OpusClip is a content repurposing tool, as one of the many tools that they have. With their content repurposing tool, how it works is you take a live stream, kind of like we do, or a long piece of content, and you drop it into OpusClip, and it will make a bunch of shorts for you that you can put on YouTube Shorts. You can put them on TikTok, Instagram, anywhere that you want to publish content that maybe you're not publishing to right now. You can use this to create additional accounts and publish there in order to get your stuff in front of more people, which is great. In addition to that, they have something coming tomorrow that they are announcing publicly tomorrow, and we've already done some streams about it and things like that, teasing it and showing people kind of what it can do. But they have a new one coming out called Agent Opus. AI Producer.
I was just going to say.
Yeah, Agent Opus is the one that's been out. This one's AI Producer.
Okay, I'm feeling really weird right now because I think we've already gone through that.
Right.
Earlier today, I was like, man, you got to see this new Star Wars trailer. And it's nowhere to be seen.
Yeah, you can't find it. Yeah.
And now you're like, Agent Opus. And I'm like, okay.
Yeah, man, I know. I've heard that one before. Yeah.
what is going on?
Right.
Am I dreaming?
But with AI Producer, I teased it on the stream, I think, maybe 3 or 4 streams ago. But it's a really cool tool to where, if you're intimidated by editing and things like that, it can put it all together for you. It can add captions to your content. It can cut out the rough takes and pick, the right takes for your videos and things like that. But it's a way to put your content together in a faster and more efficient way using AI Producer. But I'm pretty sure they have a stream about it tomorrow. You'll be able to see on the OpusClip channel, and then of course, we'll be talking about it from time to time here as well. But you can check that out. I'm not sure, but you can check that out at or no, not the one tomorrow. I'm not. But you can check that out at opusclip.com or producer.opus.pro.
Oh, it's over.
Man, I just word saladed that one, but hopefully you can put it together and know where to go on that one. Producer.opus.pro.
In other words, if you're a company wanting to sponsor this stream, I have a feeling this is going to be opening up next week. You can have your company, David Matney. What do you think? Omaha Real Estate here in the front.
That's great.
Yeah, it's definitely affordable.
So, that was great. Yeah, so in addition to that, the other thing that I want to let you know is in September 29th through October 1st, I'm going to pull this up on screen here as well, because I want to make sure that I let everybody know about this, because this is a big deal. So we have Vid Summit coming up September 1st to October, or September 29th to October 1st.
Do you need me to take over
today? I know, right? September 29th to October 1st. I just need to slow down. September 29th to October 1st in Dallas, Texas. It's called Vid Summit. And this is where content creators come together to share what it is that they know about YouTube, network with each other, and really learn how to do what it is that they're doing at a higher level. So if you are somebody that's taking this seriously and you're somebody that's wanting to turn your YouTube channel into a business and really get the most out of all the opportunities that we have here on YouTube, you want to make sure that you do check out VidSummit. You can find out more about that at vidsummit.com. Super pumped for that this year. I mean, as I am every year. Love it. So we've got the news covered there, and I think we're ready to go ahead and jump into some YouTube questions. D, what do you think?
Let's get into it.
Yeah, let's go ahead and go ahead and start with the first one. So the first one here is from GTA Tips. GTA Tips, they do daily content. I'm going to guess. D, what type of channel do you think this is? GTA Tips.
GTA Tips?
Yep. Man, that hang.
Green tarnished apples.
Okay, green. So you think it's an apple channel?
It's an apple orchard.
Okay, an apple. So also, you think that they're doing like gardening, kind of.
Green tarnished apples.
Okay.
It's an apple. It's an orchid.
Orchard. An orchid. Okay.
An apple orchard.
So yes, I guess you're not doing too great today either.
It's been a great stream so far.
So the goal of the channel is to have fun. The channel is about Grand Theft Auto, the game.
Oh, I nailed it.
And
again.
you're getting pretty good at this. And the question says, my channel has had access to advanced functions for 9 years and 10 months. Suddenly, today, YouTube removed advanced functions with a vague explanation about missing channel history. I have no clips, no warning, absolutely no spammy behavior, and the content is pretty innocent. I learned that there is a wave of removing advanced functions from a lot of smaller channels at the moment. Some say it's a bug. I think it could be a way for YouTube to make sure that channels are genuine and then they can sell more ads because of quality KPIs. Personally, I'm upset that YouTube for 8 years. Okay. So they say, have you heard anything about this? So I've seen some people, reporting similar things, here and there. So it could be because, when it says missing channel history, that's definitely interesting because you've had the channel for that long. So what I would do is I would just reach out to YouTube about that on X or something and see if they can get you sorted for that. Because I know one thing that does trigger that is if you are... And I'm not saying that this is what you're doing, but if you're using the channel in a way that it's similar to how like a kid or an underage person might use that channel, then in that case, it can trigger, those types of things. So because of that, I would just reach out to them or just go through the verification process in order to get it all sorted. If you're open to that, some people are anti, verification and things like that, which I respect. But, if you wanted to get it back to normal, then that would be, what you need to do. Brad, what's up, man? Hope you're doing great. Nice seeing here. Tan going in the kitchen. Hope you are doing awesome as well. We're going to be giving away some VidSummit tickets later today too.
VidSummit tickets.
Yep, absolutely are. We have the regulars that we're giving away, and then we also had somebody that mentioned that they're not going to be able to make it.
So we have an extra.
Away. Yep. Ooh, so pumped about that here a little bit later as well. So Artistic Universe is the next question here. And by the way, we are pulling, hey, KRDUPL. What's going on? Hope you're doing great. What we're doing right now is we're answering questions from this form that is right here in front of me here on this screen. So if you have a question about anything it is that you're doing on YouTube, there's a link to it right at the bottom of chat, or you can go to nickniman.com/ask, and it will send you right to this same exact form that we are answering these questions from. Shark Scrapper in the house. What's up, dude? Hope that you are doing great. So the channel here is Artistic Universe 12. What do you think they do, D?
Artistic Universe 12.
I'm going to give you just a little hint here. They upload when they have time.
Okay.
Been on YouTube for less than a year.
Artistic Universe. They're painting deep space.
Ooh, that's nice. That's a good guess.
Yeah. It's got to be that.
So it's digital art is the really type of channel that was close. The goal of the channel is to make money. And the question is my niche one of the most interesting, entertaining, and difficult types, which I noticed compared to other YouTube niches? So art is something that is a different offering than entertainment. So it's not, that it's necessarily boring or, anything like that. It's just that when it comes to, art channels, it's just a different offering. Some people just post their art, and then other people will, show people how to do art related things. And when people are showing people how to do art related things, then there's, direct value attached to that. And you can intentionally make the videos to help people solve problems that they're having, trying to understand art and those sorts of things. But if you're just posting your own art, then in that case, it's a little bit different. But I'm looking here, and let's see here, a month ago. Yeah, so looking at your channel, it's kind of all over in terms of what is being offered here from the outside. It looks like you have, and I'll just pull this up here real quick so you can see it. But it looks like you have here like you're doing something, maybe you're doing something with comic books here. But you have here like the Incredible Hulk's new ride. I don't know if this is something that you're putting together, but there's nothing really here saying anything about you offering any of your art or anything like that. Maybe the ultimate mouth explosion is like a special effect, possibly. I'm not sure there. Roberto Blake in the house.
Hey,
Sith Lord
Roberto.
of YouTube.
The Sith Lord of YouTube, Roberto Blake.
Play the sound effect there. Hope you're doing awesome, Roberto. But in addition to that, as I keep coming down here, you have, F for Fred Flintstone, and then you have like your channel handle here. When it comes to YouTube, adding your channel handle to the title isn't going to do anything for you. When you are writing titles that don't give any information whatsoever about what's being offered, or you make videos that don't, really offer anything, then in that case, you can't expect people to, to respond to them well, because it's just not clear. Like here, looking at this from the outside, there's just no clarity whatsoever with this right here because,
Because yabba dabba do.
That's right. It's exactly why. So, when it comes to the content that you're putting out, what you want to think about is, if I'm going to publish this video, if YouTube recommends it to somebody, why would they care about this? And make sure that you have an answer for that before you turn on the camera and make a video.
I would
Another
wager
thing,
that this is not an art channel.
Yeah.
They think it's an art channel. And this happens a lot, by the way. A lot of creators making channels and they think they're one thing.
Yeah.
But then you look at the content and you're not that thing. You might have some videos about that thing, but you're not that channel.
Yeah. And also, like little details, like putting up like an 11-minute long or 11-second long form video, an 8-second long form video. Like none of these are doing anything for you. So the thing that I recommend in your case specifically is, when it comes to YouTube, it's often, what we put into it is often what we get out of it. So because of that, if you're wanting other people to, enjoy the content as much as you enjoy putting it together, then I would think about the viewers first that you're trying to serve with this, and then start asking yourself why they would care about each one of the videos that you're publishing, and just make sure that what it is that you are publishing is, presented in a way that makes it interesting to strangers, right? That's the thing that you're going to have to do with this.
And everybody has to go through this.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just part of the process.
Yeah, this isn't something unique to you. This is something that...
Yeah, we're not picking on you.
Not yet.
Yeah.
But a lot of
D
people
will.
fumble through the process of trying to figure out what direction they want to go in on YouTube. And it's perfectly normal. It's one of those things that you don't know until you know.
Yeah.
And once you figure things out, and once you figure out how you can consistently get an audience to respond to what it is that you're making, then you're going to have the light bulb start to go off. You're going to go, oh, I get it.
Yeah.
I get it. This is what they're interested in. I'm going to do more like this.
Yep.
It's all part of the process.
Yep. Yeah, and Monique Bush says, I think that I have a similar problem, basically saying that their, channel is, basically they say I have too many topics. Do I need to make, new channels for these? So when it comes to YouTube, you can publish, whatever you want as long as it doesn't break community guidelines. But the thing that you have to think about,
You know what? I just feel like breaking those guidelines.
do you?
sometimes.
You
I
feeling
do.
kind
I
of
do.
rebellious? You're like, you know what? I'm looking for a guideline to break right now.
I do. Sometimes
Do you?
I'm at home and I'm just looking through my library of content and I'm just thinking about Renee Ritchie and Joe. I'm just getting so mad. Just thinking about how awesome he is and how friendly he is. And I'm just like, you know what? I just feel like breaking a guideline today. And then I upload the video and it doesn't break guidelines.
And you're like, got me again.
Yeah,
got me again.
It just
Next time.
It just
next
makes me-
time.
I'm even angrier when nothing gets flagged. Yeah.
Slide into like Hulk mode.
Yeah,
for that
yeah.
one. Yeah. But basically the idea is, when it comes to YouTube, you can use it as a way to archive, the way that you think about things, or, archive your lifestyle, things like that, or moments that you have. But if you are trying to turn this into something else, meaning that you're wanting to get like more views on the videos, you're wanting people to keep coming back and watching your videos, you want to get known for something on YouTube, you want to, grow a community around your channel, you want to make money from it, things like that, then in that case, you have to draw a line in the sand and say, okay, from this point forward, from right now to, whenever I stop, I'm going to start making content for strangers to enjoy on my YouTube channel. And in order to do that, I'm going to make sure that the videos that the videos that I'm publishing are all in alignment with a certain interest that people have. We call that niching down. So like, for example, if you look at my channel, the whole entire channel helps people in some way with YouTube. Like every video, every live stream, everything that happens on this YouTube channel is in some way pointed towards YouTube content creators. On Dee's channel, his is mostly focused towards mobile creators and video editing on his with CapCut. And, you know, between those two things, Dee actually on his channel, he got known for the mobile stuff because that's what he focused on for a long period of time. And then me, I'm known for the YouTube stuff because that's what, you know, what I've been doing for, you know, like a decade. So, you know, if you look at a bunch of tech channels, you know, they're known for being a tech channel. If you look at, you know, all kinds of different channels, like Shark Scrapper's in here, you know, his whole thing is he's growing communities around, you know, scrapping. So if you are wanting to do this, then, you know, if you're wanting to get the most out of it, then you have to take a different approach when it comes to YouTube.
I look at it like this. Ask yourself this question. What do I want to be known for on YouTube? What do I want people to know me for doing? Do I want people to know me for having just like this variety of interest, or do I want to be known as this person who's a specialist in this particular thing, an authority figure at this particular thing? And you get to make that decision. I don't think there's a right way or a wrong way. There's just a efficient way and an inefficient way of doing things. If you're trying to do this and to make money and to build some sort of a supplemental income or a full-time career, you know, you can take the highway or you can take the back roads.
Or take the highway or take the window or the stairs.
Yeah. But you take the highway, you're going to get there faster, right? You streamline things and you're going to get there a lot faster than if you just meander about on the back roads. But there's no right or wrong way. You can handle YouTube however you want. Some people just use it as free cloud service.
Right.
They just upload all their family stuff in there. They're not trying to build a channel. So based on your goals, you have to make those decisions.
Yeah, but if you're trying to grow the channel, then there's right ways to do that, right? And the way that you're currently doing it is not that right way. So because of that, you just want to make sure that you're being really intentional about everything it is that you're uploading. If you're trying to grow the channel, that you're being intentional about everything it is that you're uploading so that you can make sure that you're turning your channel into a resource for a certain type of content, for a certain type of viewer that has a certain type of interests.
Yep.
Okay, so next up.
And by the way, Monique, everybody has different topics, or different interests.
Yeah, everybody's interested in all kinds of stuff.
Everybody's interested in a million and one things. You just have to decide for this channel, what do I want to make?
Right.
Do I want to make money at this? Do I want to build a career at this? What do
I want to use it for storage?
Do I want to use it for storage? Right. And there's nothing wrong with having a second or third channel. Just understand that everything you do on that second and third channel is taken away from your main channel, and that's a sacrifice that you might be willing to make. But again, it's creative choice.
Next up, we got Build and Fix with my man Mooney. That's not the channel name. It's actually Build and Fix with Mooney. And Dee already knows what he does, so I'm not going to ask.
He should change the channel name.
Build and Fix with my man Mooney.
Build and Fix with your man Mooney.
Oh, your man Mooney.
Yeah, it flows better.
Build and Fix with Mooney is definitely shorter and easier to say, though. I think.
No, my man, it's more memorable.
So DIY woodworking is the type of content the goal of the channel is to teach others. And the question is there a camera, this is Dee's department here.
Can I just tell you this?
Is there a camera that takes thumbnail pictures really close to the thumbnail size versus taking a picture at 50% and then zooming in to get the right fit?
Read that again?
So is there a camera that takes thumbnail pictures really close to the thumbnail size? Basically 4K or 1920 by 1080. I think pretty much every camera.
Are they asking that in a sense that they don't want to have to resize the image?
I think so. That's what it sounds like.
And cameras will let you choose the pixel size of the picture, but I don't know what exactly that works out to be. If you're like, I don't want to resize the image, you can save yourself the hassle of looking for a camera that will do that, and you can just use an image resizer.
Yeah.
There's a million of them for free online. You just put your image in it and it'll resize the picture.
Yeah, as a matter of fact, we have one. I'll actually show it to you here really quick. So let me pull this
alternatively, you can just take screenshots. So if you pull the footage into your, when I take thumbnail pictures now, I shoot in 4K and I hit record and I'll just grab my phone or whatever and I'll just make all these different poses and do all these different things and all these different, emotions. And then I pull them into a timeline.
These emotions are like angry, upset,
angry, throwing stuff, angry. And then I'll just go through the timeline and I find the one that looks the best, the emotion that I want. And then I take a screenshot and it will just save that screenshot. And it usually most editors these days will allow you to save this screenshot in 4K.
Yeah.
And then I have a folder of all of these screenshots in 4K that are sized exactly how I want them to be sized. And I get to choose. And maybe I'll record for 3 or 4 minutes, just different emotions. It's really easy. Yeah. And then you have an entire library of 50, 60 different shots that you can pull from.
Yeah. But yeah, so when it comes to that, I also recommend that you do shoot in a larger size, because then when you are making your thumbnails, you can make sure that you can get it exactly how it is that you want it in there, so you can make sure that you're focusing on the right stuff. But yeah, I'll show this to you real quick here. So basically,
project pictures are different.
Yeah, but there I would make them bigger so that you can, shrink them down in order to, just have them, nice and crisp and, high quality looking. And so you can make sure that, whatever it is that you're using it for and whatever frame you're using it in, that you are able to focus on, the details that you might need to focus on.
I would shoot it in the highest possible quality you can shoot it in.
Yeah.
And then scale it down.
But yeah, so we have a free upscaler that we made. So we have a school for YouTubers called Tuber School. By the way, there's a link to that in the description. You can just go to tuberschool.com. But one of the things that we made here for people when YouTube rolled out the thumbnails, and I let people know about this on the channel too, but we made an upscaler here, so you can upload an image here. And then as soon as you upload an image, then it will allow you to upscale that image to 4K. So then you can, make them, nice and bigger
for TV,
for TVs. And then you also have like a sharpness option here. So if you don't get the quality that you want, you can adjust this right here. But this is all free for you to use. So you can access this at tuberschool.com/upscale in order to get to this. So let's see here. So next up, we have Life with Ricky. What do you think this one does, D?
Life with Ricky?
Yep.
It's probably a vlogging experience of Ricky Bobby and Talladega Nights.
Oh, that'd be
like
nice.
Like an AI recreated channel.
Oh, nice.
Where he's like, from viewpoint of Ricky Bobby.
Oh, like a POV?
POV AI created channel from
Nice.
the eyes of Ricky Bobby.
Nice. Love it.
Yep.
So
I'm almost sure that's what it is.
So Life with Ricky, they upload when they have time, but on YouTube for 1 year or more, they do family comedy skits. I mean, close, really.
Man, listen.
Yeah, because Talladega Nights is comedy, so I mean, there is a little bit of crossover there, D.
I get it.
Mm-hmm. Yep, that's good. So the goal of the channel here is to have fun, and the question is, can live streams bring in the wrong type of subscribers if the subscribers you get from the lives don't actually care about watching your videos, but instead only subscribe because they enjoy the fun back and forth dialogue in the live chat? Will this throw off the algorithm in terms of who YouTube starts to show my comedy shorts to? No. So as you have people interact with your channel, YouTube, you can actually see in your analytics, there's an area there that shows like the different formats of your content that people, or that the different formats that your viewers typically watch on YouTube. And live streams, might be one of those. But when you have people come into your live streams, like we have people here that come and hang out in these live streams, but, everybody that hangs out in these live streams don't watch all my videos, right? Like there's people that hang out in the live stream here that, probably hasn't watched any of my videos in a little bit of time. But you need to go watch my videos when I publish them, by the way. When they get recommended, you go watch them. But anyway, so when it comes to...
Right, if you're not watching the videos, then what are you doing in here?
So when it comes to that, the idea is that the cool thing about uploading different formats of content on YouTube is you have people that, solely watch long form videos, regular 16:9 aspect ratio videos. You get to build an audience there. There's some people that just spend most of their time on shorts. You get to reach that audience there when you publish shorts. There's some people that just love hanging out in live streams. When you do live streams, you get to reach those people there as well. And then there's going to be some people that cross over into the different formats or across all of the formats. So because of that, it's perfectly fine as long as people are enjoying whatever format of your content that they are interacting with. But they don't have to watch everything in order for it to, to be helpful or, for them to get value out of what it is that you're doing. So let's see here. Chantel says, I gritted my teeth. I'm dead serious. I think he wants us to watch his videos. I do. Really hope that you watch my videos, especially you, Chantel. I hope that that was actually pointed at you, Chantel. No, I'm just kidding.
Absolutely.
So Kobe Wiggle is the next channel.
Yeah,
they do
those
daily
of you
content.
Who don't know, when you get 100,000 subscribers, you can see who watches and who doesn't watch the videos. So he can see if you're not watching.
Not true. That's not true. That'd be awesome, though, wouldn't it?
Right? You can just call people out.
Yep. Yeah. People leave like a comment or something. You're like, hey, where you been?
Right.
Why haven't you been watching my? You just get to poke people.
Monique, I can see you haven't watched the last 3 videos.
Yeah, like, hey, here's a playlist for you. Just put it together. Go watch them. Yeah,
right.
That'd be great. But they do daily content. It's Roblox IRL content. Again, this is Kobe Wiggle. They do, Roblox and Wiggle's audience. And it says, what videos should I make than Roblox videos? Should I do real life videos or tag stuff when I do live streams to get me more viewers? What is your advice? So when it comes to YouTube, it's important to just think things out ahead of time. And then that lets you know what you should be doing. So for example, if you're trying to build a Roblox videos or trying to make like a Roblox channel, that unless you're doing real life videos, if you're talking about like vlogs and stuff, like if you're going to do real life videos, if you're trying to do a Roblox channel, then those should have something to do with Roblox. Maybe you go to a Roblox convention or, you know, something like that. So when it comes to building a channel, it's more about thinking, what is it that I'm trying to do with this channel? What am I trying to turn this channel into? And then making the content that's appropriate for whatever it is that you are trying to do with that channel. That's the thing that you want to be thinking of, because you don't want to just do, you know, you just don't want to just upload anything. If you're actively trying to grow the channel, right? Then you don't want to just upload, you know, anything. Instead, you want to, you want to really think through, like, okay, this is the type of channel I'm trying to build. And then when you do that, that also helps you be able to go look around at references and see, okay, so if I'm trying to build this type of channel, let me go look at all the other channels that are making this type of content. Let me see what types of things these other channels are doing to capture that audience that I'm trying to reach. And let me see if I can incorporate any of that stuff into what it is that I'm doing while I'm in the process of also, you know, customizing things to, you know, to my style and, you know, communicating all this stuff in my own voice. So that's the approach that you want to think about.
Have the super chat.
Next up, David Matney, thank you for the super chat. Says, what do you guys think is the biggest mistake when making short form content? This is a good one, D.
First, I'd ask what platform are you uploading the short form content?
We'll assume to YouTube.
I am a huge fan, and I know people are having, you know, lots of success with things that are more professional looking, but I'm a huge fan of more intimate shot with your phone type short form content. I like that more than anything else. But I think the biggest mistake is trying to make it like a long form video and not treating it as short form content, trying to stuff too much into it. I think it's also a mistake by not focusing even harder on that in that first 1 to 2 seconds. Like your hook on a short form video, it's everything, and you've got a second to get their attention. So that could be a visual hook, and you know, a visual hook, whatever it is. Moving too slowly, getting into the content.
Yeah, I'm similar. Where I think that you know, treating it like it's long form content. Yeah. Hey, if this is your first time here, blah, blah, I'm such and such, and da. Yeah, like that kind of stuff. You know, people do respond to some of those videos, but it's a very wasteful spend of somebody's time.
I'll expand on that. I think another mistake is not doing it enough. Like if you're going to be a short form creator.
That's what Roberto mentioned too.
Yeah, if you're going to be a short form creator, I think you need to upload a lot of shorts. And I see people complaining that, well, my shorts aren't really helping me grow my channel, or they're not coming over to watch my long form videos.
Expecting people to bridge over.
To bridge over. I think people should treat shorts as shorts. Like people like to watch what they want to watch. It's like some people like to watch live streams, some people like to watch long form videos, some people like to watch shorts. You know, make content for where your audience is. So if you're
some people like the casual shorts, some people like the produced shorts. Like there's something for everybody.
Yeah. So I would say that, and test all sorts of different shorts. Every possible thing that you can think of in terms of how to make shorts, I would test them. Yeah, that's my take on shorts.
Yeah, I agree with that in terms of you know, treating them like they're long form.
Yeah.
So Zach Talks Tech, what's going on, dude? Hey. You are doing great. Does daily content. You already know what type of content he does. He does tech review content, commentary, and advice. The goal of the channel is to teach others. And he says, since coming back, I have unlisted any video that are under 4,000 views. I've also hidden any videos or streams that are not focused on Pixel, Android. And I just want your impressions and if there's any additional feedback that you could offer. So really quick, in terms of unlisting your YouTube videos and taking away anything that's not related to the content that you're making right now, that is a good call if you're pivoting or something like that. Otherwise, if it's just old or doesn't have the view counts that you want, things like that, then in that case, that's not the best reason to take them down. I mean, it's up to you, right? You can take them down if you want to, but in terms of having, a strong reason to take them down, really the only reason is if you're doing a really strong pivot into something else that is completely unrelated to what it is that you're doing. But that's usually the best case for if you're going to unlist something. But in most cases, just having old videos on there, videos that don't have enough views, to meet that, need that you have to, have people think that you have a lot of views, like, those types of things, I would just leave them on the channel. But in terms of looking at the channel, let's take a look and see what it is that you are doing here. He says there was a lot of garbage on the channel.
If you're enjoying the show, remember to give it a thumbs up and share it with a friend right now.
Okay, man. So one thing I want to bring to your attention is I just came over here and I'm looking at your videos page. But one thing that I do want to bring to your attention is when I load up your home page, look at what YouTube is showing me. So basically in the For You, YouTube is showing me all of this short content that you're not going to make as much money on and that you're not going to accumulate as much watch time on. This is what's being prioritized on YouTube right now for some viewers. So just keep that in mind in terms of what it is that you're featuring here on your channel page, because you are uploading regular videos. So what I would do here is I would make sure that when it comes to your channel, that you at the very least, right, like fill it out, in terms of all the different things that you are talking about with, the products that you're talking about now. But as you start building these out, go ahead and get a recent uploads playlist right back here on your channel. And keep in mind that, losing them here is better than, just losing them completely. However, if this is what's being featured, like, let me show you why this matters. So if I'm watching this, right, and I'm like, oh yeah, love this, love this. I wouldn't start your videos with this stuff on here either. Like the Zach Talks Tech, thing up here, the subscribe thing, like all this. I wouldn't do any of this stuff yet. Like give them some value, get them in there, get them into the content, and then worry about this stuff, especially right now when you're trying to make the comeback. Because let's say I'm watching this, then I'm like, oh, let me go and check out. If I'm a regular viewer, and I'm like, oh, I didn't know you had an Instagram. I spend more time on Instagram, so let me go over there right now. Then you might have just lost them right here from this video. And if that happens at scale, then it tells YouTube that they're not responding well because they're bouncing quickly. Now, keep in mind that would have to be happening at scale, but these little types of things are things that you don't want working against you there, right? But the thing that I was getting to, though, is if I watch this video and I'm like, oh, yeah, I'm totally in alignment with this guy, love what he's talking about here, and I want to see what else he has to say, and then I click here on your channel name, then it's going to take me here. So because of that, I would feature more of your long form content here instead of shorts. Now, if we do that in reverse, and let's say that I'm here and I'm in one of your shorts, then if I click on your channel name here, watch what YouTube does. They send me into your shorts page, right? So you should take the same actions that YouTube does in terms of the content that they think is the most important when people are clicking on that channel name. So if they click on shorts, YouTube's going to go ahead and give them shorts. If they click on your channel name to explore more on your channel page, then in that case, make sure that you're giving them more long form content here. Any other thoughts here on Zach's channel?
No, I agree. That was the first thing that I noticed as well.
There's also something else that I do want to bring to your attention is if we, take this and we make it, smaller, to where it's a little bit, it's still okay. If you look, you can see that it's a phone. But, the text here is, grow up, and then, the focus really here is on your face, and the phone's almost secondary. Because this whole video is about Google Pixel, make the thumbnail about Google Pixel too, right? To where there's just a big, strong focus. I think that this thumbnail would be better if you didn't have the words grow up on here at all, but instead you just had a bigger focus of the actual pixel itself. So then that way, it's just at a glance like, okay, hey, there's something here about the pixel. Let me read the title and see what's going on here. So I'd work on those types of things first for making sure that people can find what it is that they want from you by setting up the page properly. And then also making sure that you're focusing on the right things when it comes to the thumbnails in order to capture their, attention in the best way.
Yeah, like look at the "we're back" and just a huge close up of the phone. right on the second row there.
Where?
Second row.
Oh, here. Yeah. This
Huge
one.
close up of the phone, right? If you're doing mobile reviews, but the people are interested in the phone, and if they're just mindlessly scrolling through YouTube, that phone image is what's going to grab their attention.
Yeah, and if we look at this one right here too, like the text that you put in the thumbnail also supports that this is about the Google Pixel, right? So then you're making that alignment. And the reason all this is important is because, if your videos show up here, right? Like if I'm scrolling, right? I'm not analyzing every thumbnail, right? Like I'm just looking for things that are grabbing my attention, right? So I might go a little bit slow and just kind of look across here, and I'm just looking for things that are going to grab my attention. So because of that, you want to make sure, like here, right? In Cody's thumbnail, like look how she has the social media logos, right? So since I, am interested in all that stuff, like that immediately grabbed my attention here. She's actually secondary, even though she's, famous, she's secondary to these things that are grabbing people's attention here, right? So it's those types of things that you want to do in order to make sure that the thing that the viewer cares about is easy to identify when they are when that content's being presented to them on home pages and suggested videos.
Next.
Yeah, Cody was she spoke at Vid Summit last year. So next up on the list here, we have Wander Disneyland is the name of the channel. What do you think they do, D?
Wander Disneyland?
Yeah, here's a hint. They do daily content.
They probably take their kids to Disneyland and lose them on purpose and let the kids wander around until they get help to find their parents. That probably makes for an interesting channel.
Yeah, to where they
put little
meet with
GoPros.
Security.
They put GoPros on the kids and they collect
Meta
footage.
glasses.
And then they compile the footage and tell the story of how their
Hey,
kids.
you lost? Yeah.
Right.
That's good. That's good.
100% sure that's what it is.
So the type of channel is Wonder Disneyland is a no commentary Disneyland POV channel focused on rides, walkthroughs, and park experiences. No commentary or added music, just the park vibes. And the goal is to be a full-time creator.
That was close.
So the question is, looking at my titles and thumbnails as someone who isn't familiar with my niche, is it clear what my videos are about? And is the packaging compelling enough to make you want to click? So I'm not interested in just Disney stuff anyway. So in terms of making me personally want to click, I already know the answer to that question. But in terms of, people, would it help people that are interested in Disney identify that it has something to do with it? Let's take a look and see what's going on there. So first, before we do this, I'm going to go ahead and just turn off your titles. And with those titles turned off, if we just look at your packaging here first, then you can see here how we have your thumbnail. So you have the Disneyland logo on here, and that's okay. But one thing that I do want to bring to your attention is for suggested videos, that's going to be relatively small. You can still see it, but it doesn't really stand out that much. So just be mindful of that. When it comes to the ride, you are showing the monorail here, which kind of makes sense, but you can't really see it because it's so small. Even as big as this is right here, and this is the one that I'm talking about, even as big as this is, you still can't really make out what that is at a glance. So you're doing the heavy lifting here with the text, which is okay, but trying to find imagery that would better represent this so that the image itself can better match, what's being offered here. And then for the titles themselves, first Disneyland monorail of the day, front cab ride, 4K. Okay, so here, because it is that front view, that does make more sense, but I would try to get a better position to where it looks, a little bit more like a POV shot, because this doesn't really have any real focus to it.
I couldn't tell at a glance.
Yeah, me neither. Like I've been staring at it, talking about it, and I'm still like trying to put it together in terms of of what it is. So yeah, so I would just do those sorts of things. And here, you have day to night on this. So Disney California Adventures from golden hour to night, Incredicoaster front row POV. Yeah, so this is another one where I would really try to work on the POV stuff. Like I would hop on like one of the stock photo sites, and I would look to see how they're representing all the POV stuff and see if you can get some ideas in terms of maybe having hands on on like a bar of the, roller coaster, or having something to where, it's really clear that it's a POV ride. And then also making things big enough to where it also gives that vibe, even if you don't do that. Last Hour Toontown, Mickey's Toontown After Dark. Yeah, and this is another one. There's so much going on here that there's just no real focus here.
I had no idea what's going on.
Yeah, so I would just try to simplify some of this stuff. And you can see here, right, like with this one, how it's just a big focus on, Disneyland Hotel. The After Dark is a little bit distracting off of this, but the Disneyland Hotel, like that stands out, and it will even at a small size. And this one has a decent amount of views on it. So yeah, so I would try to simplify all of this stuff a bit and just think about focus. And because you are doing POV related things, try to think about it like, if my viewer that's into this content, if this showed up on their homepage, if they see that thumbnail, will they immediately feel like they are in the position looking out and, from this thumbnail and this ride, and try to do it, from that lens if you can. A little bit challenging though, with this. So I would definitely spend a lot of time at the parks making sure you're getting the right footage, the right imagery, things like that in order to be able to get the shots that you need there.
Yeah, I think the right imagery is going to be everything in terms of attention. And you need to give it a unique perspective. Like your idea of like, you're holding on to the coaster or whatever it is. So they see your hands. Like it's literally point of view on that one. Like those sorts of things put in thumbnails, and obviously you need the video of that as well. But just to add that view, that perspective, because the imagery that you're choosing, and I'm going to assume the video is the same way, you don't really get that. You don't capture that very well. Good news is you can go to Disney tomorrow and get some new footage.
That's right. That is right. So next up on our list here, and by the way, if you are just joining us, what we're doing right now is we are answering YouTube questions. We're giving people feedback on their YouTube channels. So if you have a question about anything it is that you're doing on YouTube, there is a link pinned at the bottom of the chat right now. You can also find it in the video description, or if you're watching this on somewhere that is not YouTube, you can go to nickniman.com/ask, and it will take you to that same place that we are answering these questions from. Okay. So next up here, we have Pit and Pistonock. Oh, Pit and Piston UK. There we go.
I'm not even going to comment on that one.
So what do you think this one is?
I don't know, but my mind ran to the gutter.
It's car related.
Well, I was close.
Yeah, car related. So they upload one time per week or more, but on YouTube for less than 6 months. It's a vlogging channel. Goal of the channel is to have fun. And they say, what editing software do you suggest using? D. Let's talk about editing software.
Let's talk about editing.
Really quick in the chat, just so that they can get an idea of what people are using. Let us know the chat that you're the software that you're using in the chat right now. For me, when I edit videos, I use Adobe Premiere, so I will be the first one here to add that. That's what I use. So just go ahead and drop it in the chat and let us know what it is that you're using, just so they can get some ideas.
Editing software comes down to what you need as an editor. And if you're new to this and you don't know what you need as an editor, then I would start with something that's low cost or something that's free. DaVinci Resolve is probably one of the better ones out there, if not the best. Then you have Final Cut Pro and you have Adobe Premiere. Those are all higher end editing software, but they come with a steep learning curve. If you're new to editing, I would go with something, iMovie, CapCut, Filmora, VN, something along those lines. Even you can even edit with YouTube's Create app. Not a huge fan of it, but it's free. YouTube Create, you can download it, you can edit it on your phone. You have an iPad, you can use all of those apps. You can use YouTube Create, you can get LumaFusion. There's so many. I think it comes down to which one allows you to edit efficiently, which one makes you feel creative when you use it without intimidating you. And a lot of them will have free downloads.
You see software over there like, huh? What are you doing? Oh,
Yeah.
you want to make a cut?
Right.
Huh? You want to make a cut?
You want to make a cut?
You want to make a cut? Oh, you want to copy this? What? You want to copy that track?
Yeah.
Oh, you want to transition here? Huh? Huh?
Yeah.
Is that what you mean by intimidate you?
Right. Do these 10 things. Yeah, totally. Do these 10 things. You want to make a cut, fool. Yeah. Anyway, most of these have free trials, the ones that are paid, and there's lots of free ones. Download them all. Download them all one at a time. Put your footage into it. Watch a video or two on it, and just see which one feels right to you. You'll figure it out. Listen, once you learn how to edit, it really doesn't matter for making most YouTube videos. I mean, if you're making cinematic stuff, of course, there's a difference.
Right.
But just for most YouTubers, once you learn how to edit, the tool really doesn't matter that much because the same principles apply to everything. It's just preference.
Hey, really quick, Technology Hack 99 says, going to catch some of the live show for once. Normally listen on Spotify when it releases the following Thursday. Awesome. Nice to have you here. Hope you enjoy the show. Yeah, so when it comes to editing, it is a taste, but there are other things too. Like for example, Jive Dancing mentions here about CapCut. You know, they do have some rights issues that make people uncomfortable when it comes to CapCut. In addition to that, CapCut, I just saw on Reddit today actually that somebody was complaining about, and I don't know if this was, you know, just their individual thing or if it's something that CapCut is doing, but they had a upgraded account that they pay $10 a month for, and then now it's trying to make them upgrade in order to remove the watermark. So even though they're already paying for it, it's trying to get them to upgrade to the higher plan in order to remove the watermark. So they're doing some things like that. So just be mindful, you know, about those types of things as well. So when it comes to free editors, if your computer can handle it, then, you know, DaVinci would probably be the one that you would want to roll with there.
I want to add something really quick before you
go ahead.
I forgot to get to this point. If all you're doing is basic editing, talking head style content, and you're not trying to do anything fancy, you can use software like Descript or any of their competitors where you edit by text. So it will Riverside does the same thing, where it will transcribe your video, and you can say, okay, I want to remove this text, and you remove that text, and it just edits your video. So that's a really easy way to do it if you just have talking head style content. So I want to throw that in there.
Yeah, so another thing, just since we're talking about editing tools, so there's other things that just people should be mindful of too. So for example, there's tools like Adobe Podcast Enhance for making your audio sound better. Basically, it uses AI to process everything, and it ends up coming out, you know, pretty cool and adjustable. But you can also upload your videos into I think it's the Edits app on Instagram.
Oh yeah, Edits app is good too. Yeah.
And then and with that, you can process your audio and then just download it back and then drop it back into whatever editor it is that you want. Good. And then that's a way that you can clean up your audio and remove background noise and things like that. In a way, it's a little bit clunky because you have that whole extra step that you have to do. But you know, that sort of thing is also, depending on the editor you have or that you're using, if it doesn't have those types of things, that's just a good way to be able to get your audio sounding better without having to pay a service to do it.
There's so many options out there. Like it's impossible to even list them all. There's so many. Just download them all. Try them all and see which one makes the most sense for you.
Yeah.
Like my brain doesn't work well with DaVinci Resolve.
I thought you were going to stop there. I thought it was like my brain doesn't work well. I thought that's where it was stopping.
Given.
Yeah. Okay.
I mean, I've been editing for probably 25 years or so, and DaVinci Resolve. I look at DaVinci Resolve and I'm just like, it doesn't make me feel good. Like I don't feel creative with DaVinci Resolve. Oh, and there's Camtasia too.
Yeah, Camtasia too. Yeah, TechSmith Camtasia is great.
Yeah.
If you do screen recordings, Camtasia should be the first one you look at.
Yeah.
Like if you make tutorials in any capacity, Camtasia should be the first one you look at.
Yeah.
Yeah, because then you can just do it there. And then basically with Camtasia, you can record your camera directly into it if you want to do it that way. And then it automatically aligns everything with your recording if you do one big take. In addition to that, you can import footage. So if you record to your camera and then import your footage from there, then you can drag it into the timeline in Camtasia and work with your screen recording. Or you can just use it for the screen recording. So it's really flexible in terms of, you know, different ways that you can use it in the output. You know, it ends up being, you know, the same as, you know, pretty much anything else you'll do unless you're doing something cinematic or, you know, something like that.
If you're in the Apple ecosystem, the Mac ecosystem, iMovie's free.
Yeah.
iMovie's free. It's incredibly easy to use. It's probably the most user-friendly video editor that I've come across, and it's free. And you can edit. Most YouTubers, I dare to say 75% of YouTubers can edit with iMovie, and nobody would tell the difference.
Right.
Yeah. Is it the best? No, but is it good for you for what most people are doing? You can absolutely do it. Yeah.
Yeah, good question.
Yeah.
Love it.
If you're enjoying the show,
Kevin Colby's
remember
in
to give it a
Kevin,
thumbs up.
Do we have
and
Kevin
share it
Colby
with
in
a
here?
friend.
Listen, I want to give Kevin.
Hold on,
Colby
we have a
some
sound
love.
effect play, Andy.
Okay.
All right, go.
If you're not following Kevin Colby, you are missing out. Kevin has some of the best sit down, have a conversation type videos and live streams on YouTube at the moment.
Sounds like you're hanging out having a coffee with him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. No.
Yeah, it's great.
Like
Absolutely great.
Kevin, if you ever want to see an example of somebody who just stuck with it and then exploded,
Yep.
Kevin Colby.
Yep. Yeah.
Kevin
Really,
Colby, yeah.
really good guy over there.
Yeah, man. So good to see your success, Kevin.
Yep, nice to see you, Kevin. We were actually talking about you earlier when the stream first started as well, saying that I got to swing into your live stream yesterday. I was excited about it.
So little, since Kevin's here, I can let him know.
Yeah, let's go ahead and talk about it.
Okay, so at the end of the night, I do dishes because I find zen in doing dishes. Right? I just like it's peaceful.
I thought it because you were a. Oh, never mind. Never mind. I'll stop it there. All right, go ahead. Go ahead.
Home. Yeah. So I like to do dishes, and we just build them up over the day. We don't have a dishwasher. I'm the dishwasher, and I'm just like, okay, leave me alone in the kitchen, and I'll put my little earbuds in, and I put my phone up like this.
Wow, you're like getting in the zone.
No, I am. No,
you're like, let me put on my apron.
Oh no.
Yeah, let me put on my apron. Get my gloves out.
I put on my robe and my
burn
slippers.
some incense. Yeah,
the slippers, the robe, the whole. Like it's an experience. Yep. It's my wind down, get ready for bed, right?
Yeah.
And I have a cabinet up here, and I put my phone right up here at the top, and it always falls off, and it gets wet and stuff.
Yeah, like candles.
Right.
Yeah.
And there's usually 2 to 3 videos that I'm always watching, depending on who YouTube suggests first. It's either one of them's Brian G. Johnson.
Yep.
And the other one's Kevin.
Brian G. Johnson.
Yeah, and Kevin Colby's the other one. And there's maybe 1 or 2 that update regularly. But I'll sit.
You watch Rob too.
Yeah.
You've told me you watch him too when you're doing dishes.
Oh yeah, Rob. Yeah, I forgot about Rob. Rob the Mariner, also fantastic. He's one of the other ones. Whoever YouTube will pop up at the time, and it's just it takes me about 20 minutes.
Yep.
That's the thing. So I'm like, okay, I can do.
Hold on.
And I'll be.
I don't know
the
what
dishes.
you guys are eating over there that
I'll
takes
be
you
doing-
20 minutes to do the dishes. That's a lot of dishes.
I'm just taking my time. Doing
Okay.
the dishes.
Oh, okay. All right. So it's like meditation.
You've never seen me clean dishes.
Man, I've seen you clean dishes. I have actually seen you wash
Anyway,
dishes.
Kevin, it's wonderful to do dishes and just be in the zone
With Kevin Colby.
With Kevin Colby, that's what you should call it. In the zone with Kevin Colby.
Nice.
Yeah, anyway, awesome voice. He's got a radio voice.
Yeah, he does.
Radio, TV background. Amazing.
Yep.
Yep.
Tactical Mindscapes, thank you for the super chat. Says, redesign my thumbnails based on your feedback. Awesome. Love seeing people taking action on the stuff. That's the hardest thing for people. So love seeing you take action there.
Kevin, you can PayPal me if you want.
Yep. Yeah, Venmo.
Yeah.
So Wiggy is our next question here. The Blunder from Down Under. Wiggy uploads 1 time per week or more, but on YouTube for 1 year or more. They do tutorials and review content. Goal of the channel is to teach others, and they say that they've been doing live streams for a while now, and their audience is split between YouTube, TikTok, and Twitch. They have the opportunity to give away a prize and reward their viewers. The problem is they're split between 3 platforms. Is there anything promoting a giveaway? Is there anything against promoting a giveaway on my stream, even if it does not go to a winner on that platform? And no, I can't substitute the prize for smaller ones to split between platforms.
What's up, Jason?
So when it comes to doing giveaways, I mean, technically, if you're streaming with something like Streamyard where it consolidates all of the chats that you're doing, then in that case, you would be able to, pick your winners that way. If you are doing a giveaway on YouTube, they do have rules that you need to adhere to, when it comes to that. So, they do have different platform rules. I have no idea because Twitch isn't my thing and TikTok is not my thing. So I'm not sure about those. D, do you know anything about, because I know you do TikTok. Do you have any, information on giveaways on TikTok and the rules around that at all?
The rules around giveaways on TikTok? No, I do not.
Not sure. Okay.
No, I've never done a giveaway on TikTok, so I don't have that information.
Okay.
I don't really want to accidentally steer them in the wrong direction on that.
Yeah. So when it comes to YouTube, they do have rules. So if you just hop into Google and you just type YouTube giveaway rules, then you're going to see the information that you need there. And then from there, you are good to go. And then if you use a tool like StreamYard, they have a free plan, by the way, where you can try it. And we're not sponsored by them anymore or anything like that. It's just a good quality software. But them, and I think Meld also, which is free without watermarks or anything. But with Meld, they also have it where you can bring in chat from all platforms, right?
Hey, yes.
Yeah. So you can do that with Meld also. That's MELD.
Really quick, Kevin, if you're still in here, my man, we need one of your books. We need a Kevin Colby book over here. On
he has a live streaming book.
Yeah.
Yep.
I don't know. Get with one of us and let's figure out how to get one of these over here. Man.
Kevin's like it's probably on Amazon. We can probably just go get one.
Yep.
So we can support Kevin there.
Yeah, but we need an autograph.
Oh, an autograph. Yes. So next up, we have Studio 95. What do you think they do? And you're not allowed to say anything about nightclubs in the 60s.
How did you? I was just thinking about
Yep. As soon as I saw that, I thought Studio 64.
I was thinking like Blondie,
Right.
Andy Warhol, all those shenanigans happening in New York.
Yep.
Back David Bowie, all that craziness. John Lennon up in there.
Yep.
Disco era. What was it called?
I have no idea. No, I'm just kidding. Studio 95.
Studio 95.
If you want to get technical at Studio 95, official. They're not messing around. This is like the Studio 95 right here.
They're either a photography channel with a photo studio, or they're a music channel making AI music.
Okay, the trick on you, that was a trick question. They are getting ready to start their channel. They don't have a channel yet, but they are going to have a channel, and it's going to be about comics and code games. So
close.
Definitely not photos.
Oh, Kevin's going to get us a book. Good.
Goal of the channel is to be a full-time content creator. And the question is, how do you necessarily promote a comic or make a video about a comic to get people to read it? And is it possible to get people playing my game and reading my comics similar to Marvel and DC? Make shorts. Make YouTube shorts, make a video, upload it to YouTube shorts, upload it to TikTok, upload it to Instagram, upload it to all the vertical platforms. If you are trying to bring attention to something like that right now in 2026, 2027, and as far as we can go probably, shorts is a great way to get things in front of people, because when it comes to long form content, you have more processes that you have to go through, more skills you have to learn in order to get people to respond to that content, compared to shorts where somebody's just hanging out in whatever environment they're in and they're sitting there swiping, and while they're sitting there swiping, your stuff comes up, and that's your opportunity to capture their attention and let them know about your comic, right? Hey, I just found this amazing comic. If you're into comic books, you're going to love this. Check this out. And then start talking about it, maybe build a little story around it, that sort of thing. And the whole thing is to, capture them as soon as it comes up, make that connection with them being somebody that is into comics, and then proceed to make the content around that that's going to introduce them to your comics. That's the that's what you want to do for that.
Yeah, and I'm going to co-sign that. I would go heavy.
And D's co-signing.
I would go heavy on short form content getting started. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I would put that on YouTube. I'd put it on TikTok. I'd put it on Instagram. I'd put it on Facebook.
Mm-hmm. Karen Cole, what's going on? Welcome to the stream.
Hey, Practical and Pretty. How are you doing?
Mm-hmm. So I do want to let you know, if you are just joining us, we are answering questions. We are looking at channels and giving feedback if that request comes in. So in order to participate, it's completely free. All you have to do is, we have a link. If you're on YouTube right now, there's a link down at the bottom of the chat right now, or it might be on the top, depending on what you're watching on.
It's on the screen.
But it's on the screen, so you can click on that. Right now, there's like 3 question marks that are kind of a part of that pinned message there. And if you click on that, then you can go straight into the form where we're pulling these questions from. And if you want feedback on anything, you can go and put it in that same exact form, and you just let us know that that's what you're wanting. And if you're watching this from somewhere that is not YouTube, you can go to nickniman.com/ask, and it will send you to that same exact form. Okay. Next up, we did Studio 95, so now we have Quiz TV. Quiz TV. What do you think they do?
Quiz TV.
Yeah, I think it's like, maybe it's a fun way to say quiz. I'm not sure.
I don't know. Maybe they're a reaction channel.
Reaction channel.
Yeah. Sounds like a reaction channel.
Reaction channel.
Maybe a reaction channel reacting to like 80s TV shows.
Ooh, that's pretty specific.
Throwbacks, like Three's Company.
I feel like that's kind of like what you're wanting them to be.
All of this is what I want.
Yeah.
Listen,
Yeah.
If you guys haven't picked up on this yet, these are opportunities. These are
At
opportunities.
least for you, right? To where it's like, if you want D watching your stuff, this is what you make.
Listen, if you want a die-hard fan, this is what needs to be made.
So they upload every other day, and they've been on YouTube for a year or more. They do gaming, vlogs, and reactions. So you're right on the reactions. Didn't you say reactions?
Say reactions.
Look at this. Look at you being fancy pants over there. Are you psychic? You holding out on me?
Yeah.
Are you reading minds as I'm reading this? Or are you like, oh, okay, this is what he's reading right here. Oh, it's the reflection of my glasses. It's got to be. It's the reflection of my... Make sure there's no mirrors behind me or anything weird. Any mirror on here? Anything like that?
All
right.
I hope they're doing 80s throwbacks.
So the goal of the channel is to have fun.
Like Battlestar Galactica. That'd be great.
And the question is, when making titles, is it better to make them more broad or towards SEO where it can be found through search? This all depends on what you're doing. So if you are targeting YouTube's recommendation system, then it's not just the titles, it's the whole topic of the video. So when you're making videos that you are putting towards YouTube search, or that you want to show up in YouTube search, it's not just about optimizing the title for it, it's about optimizing the content for it. So when people are looking for things on YouTube, if you have solutions to those things that people are looking for, content for those things that people are looking for, then in that case, you can put, you can make videos that are around topics that people search for. And by doing that, as long as you are competitive in those, for those queries, then you can get placements on YouTube, and they can also show up in Google and other places. So there is purpose for that. So for example, if you're making videos about, 10 kitchen gadgets that, every new homeowner needs, then in that case, people are looking for, kitchen gadgets. So then you might be able to show up for that term. But because that's interesting just by itself, that would also be able to get recommendation traffic, which the real play there is being able to double dip in that way. That's what we call that, where you make a video to where, it's somebody could enjoy it in search, or they could enjoy it in the recommendation system. That's like the bigger idea that you want to go for. But when it comes to making content for the recommendation system solely, that gives you a lot more flexibility, because then, topically, you just have to make sure that you're coming up with interesting ideas, or ideas that are important to people and important to enough people that are watching your type of content. And then from there, you just have to make sure that you're titling it in a way that compels them to click in some way, or to where basically thumbnail, it makes it to where they can identify the content about something that they care about. Title, it compels them to actually click on it based on how you're framing the whole thing. So there's something that we use for that. It's called a curiosity gap, which is really effective when it comes to YouTube. You can be informational and just say, hey, this is exactly what it is that you're getting in this video, and that works too. Or you can just leave it up to curiosity, where you're letting people know what the video is about, but you're not giving everything away. And then by doing that, people will click on it so that they can figure out, the details of the general premise of the video. So because of that, it really comes down to what it is that you're trying to do with the channel. And in some cases, SEO isn't going to help you at all, based on just the type of content that you're making, because people just don't search for it that much. Yeah. Whereas, other types of content, like educational content, things like that, reviews, that kind of stuff, that is all primed for YouTube search. But also recommendations, because people watch it directly from, recommendations as well. So what you want to think about there, just to add a little bit of a, in stamp on that recommendation, when it comes to, SEO or search, just think about topically, this is the video that I want to make. Where do I think people's going to find this? And if I think it's going to be from the recommendation system, then how am I going to make this? And this is before you record the video. If I think this is going to be something that, people are going to respond to when it's presented to them on YouTube's homepage and suggested videos, then in that case, topically, how can I make this something that's interesting for them? And if it's something that I'm designing for YouTube search, let me hop into YouTube search, see the other videos that are there that I'm going to be competing with, look at the details of those videos, how long are they, what information do they have, how are they presenting those ideas in their thumbnails, the channels that I'm competing with there, like how, good are those videos, how old are those videos, are those, channels still publishing, things like that. Go into the comments of those videos that you're going to be competing against and ask yourself, or don't ask yourself, but look at those comments and say, is there anything that people left out, or this creator left out, so that I can make sure that if there's a lot of people saying, that thing, that I can make sure that I add that somewhere near the beginning of my video to let them know that that's going to be addressed in my video when I publish mine, those types of things. But you want to do that research if you are, trying to go after search specifically. And David Matney says, really, the only thing that matters is making content that D wants to watch. Right? Well, like at the end of the day, like that is really what it comes down to. So if you make content and D doesn't want to watch it, then like it's a wrap.
It's a wrap.
It's a wrap.
Good. Best of. I wish you luck on your endeavor on YouTube.
So thank you for the super chat here. This is from LIJ6469. It says, hey Nick, I'd like to make a channel about a particular sport. I want to do both news style videos and the odd documentary. I know there are two different types of formats, so how do I go about this? First, start with one. And when you start with that one, try to do it, enough that people will, start to come back, and that you can learn how to do that one. And then once you get that one sorted well, then move on to the other one. But if you do want to combine them both at the same time, you can. But keep in mind, somebody that's coming in for news is probably, a quick and short news video is probably going to be a different type of, probably too. It's going to be a different experience for the viewers than like a long, slower, more, laid back experience, type of viewing experience. So just keep in mind that you are creating something that's completely different there. So just make sure that, when you're doing that you are keeping that in mind, and just understand that you might create a little bit of a challenge for yourself, because the people that are watching the news content might not care about the documentary content. The people that are watching the documentary content might not care about the news content. So if it's about a particular sport, like let's say it's baseball, keeping people up to date with, baseball. And then you have documentaries about the different players and things like that. The news people, because they're interested in stay up to date, know what's happening, things like that. So if it was the players that you're doing the documentaries on, there might be some crossover there. But the first thing that I would do is I would, look around, see if there's any other channels that are covering sports that are doing what it is that you want to do. Look at, how often they're doing one compared to the other, and just look to see, does the news do better? Does the documentaries do better? Like, how's it doing on other channels in this niche, and use that as a little bit of a guide. But I would, the thread that I would try to weave there is I would try to think of, if I'm doing news, how can I do my documentaries in a way, topically, that, the people that are watching the news would also want to, go over and enjoy the documentary content too. Any additional thoughts on that, D?
Nope.
Okay.
I think you handled it well.
Thanks, D.
I approve.
You approve. I just got the stamp there. That's
Got the
good.
stamp. Co-signed.
Co-signed. So next up here, we have Creatively Miss Me, decorating on a budget. They upload 1 time per week or more, but on YouTube for 1 year or more. They do lifestyle content. Goal of the channel is to connect with others who like what they like. And the question is, something I'm doing is not reaching people. Let's take a look. They say, what should I improve? So let's take a look and see what it is that you're doing.
Sue just told you, said, Nick, breathe.
Okay.
Take a breath.
So we were in the parking garage today. So we're in the parking garage today, and D almost died on us. So we're just sitting there talking. It was just like a regular conversation like this, and out of nowhere, D's like, it was great. He choked on his own breath. Yeah, I've never seen that before. Yeah, it was great. Yeah, it was awesome.
Choked on my own breathing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. And then he was like, whoa, I just choked on my own breathing, and then said a few more things and did it again. It was great.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was great.
That was almost a wrap.
Yep.
That
was
crazy way to go.
Yep.
Choking on your own air.
Right? Could be worse.
In a parking garage.
Could be worse. Yeah. In the basement of a parking garage. It's even worse.
Choking on
in the basement of a hot and humid parking garage in Thailand.
Yeah. Choking on your own breath in a car, waiting to find a parking spot in the bottom level of a hot and humid parking garage in northern Thailand during rainy season.
Yep.
Oh, put that on a tombstone.
Right.
Yep. That works.
Yep. Okay, so let's see what's going on here. Okay, so Creatively Miss Me, decorating on a budget, beautiful home, simple solutions, real life. Love the clarity that you add right here. That's fantastic, and you let people know how often you're uploading. That's great. Major life update, what's next for me? Okay, we're just going to skip that, and we're just going to go straight into the current video content. So it looks like you're using AI for your thumbnails for the text here. And if the promise is decorating on a budget, let's see if you are fulfilling that promise. This thrifted vase is giving me everything that I wanted. Organizing my pantry for easy accessibility for my husband. That's kind of decorating because it's organizing, I guess. Christmas in July, big budget, easy decor. The story behind my new branding, you won't believe it. Okay, so one thing that I would avoid right now, I mean, I would always avoid this type of content unless you have just like a rabid fan base, and you can tell that that's not happening yet just based on this right here. But you don't want to worry about content like this. You might have done this because you're like, oh, I don't have a video this week, so let me just give people a channel update. I'm not sure, but this is an opportunity that's missed. So, for example, let's say somebody watches this video and they're like, hey, this is great, and they watch this video down here and they're like, wait, this is great. YouTube's probably, recommending this video to them, for those people that have watched this. And then when they recommend this, if you don't stand up familiar to them, and if they haven't consumed your content enough to care about this as much, because they just don't care yet. So because of that, I wouldn't worry about doing this sort of type of update on the channel. This is what like your community feed's for, right? Like let people know that kind of stuff in the community feed, make an unlisted video and then share it in your community feed, that kind of stuff, in order to get these type of messages out instead of kind of polluting your content being recommended and missing opportunities here. Because, right now with where things are currently sitting, every video that you have the opportunity to get in front of people here is a big deal. So because of that, you don't want to waste that opportunity with content like this, just as a heads up. But one thing that I want to bring to your attention when it comes to your thumbnails is with this, it's a big focus on you, and it's fine having you in the thumbnail, but you have a big focus on you, and then you have this amazing vase takeover from Goodwill, which doesn't makeover, sorry. And then you have this here, which is the before and the after. These images right here are the most important part of this image, of this message that you're trying to share here, but they're the smallest and hardest to identify things on the thumbnail. So what you want to think about is when you're putting your thumbnails together, you want to make sure that, like in this case, this would have been a way better thumbnail if you didn't have any text here at all, right? If all this text was gone, and then you had a big version of the vase here, the before, and then a version of the vase after, and then the arrow going over to that, right? But the other problem with this is you have a before and after, and you do have the makeover here, but I would actually move that language down into here, because, you know, this thrifted vase is giving me everything I wanted, doesn't really mean anything, versus, this, I can't believe how I was able to transform this, and don't use this. This is just a spitball here, but, I can't believe this, what I could turn this vase into, or, this Goodwill vase into, or something like that, and make it more about that instead of giving me everything that I wanted. Because right here, like, none of this, when you think of like viewer focused value, like it's like none of this is really like a clear offer to somebody that this is being presented to. So because of that, I'd really work on that type of thing when it comes to your thumbnails.
It looks like you're using AI to make your thumbnails. I'm going to guess ChatGPT or maybe Nano Banana. And when you're asking it to make your thumbnails, you need to think about what the most important thing in the thumbnail is, and you need to tell it to focus on those things. Don't just take the first thing that it spits out and run with it because it looks visually appealing to you. You need to think about what's going to be important to the viewer. Is it going to be you? Is it going to be the items that I'm talking about? And just think about what should the focus be on. And you should also tell it, and most of these are okay, but I think there's one thumbnail here where it added all sorts of tiny text. I think it's a life lately. It has like three little, like a rose color, yellow color, and a teal color on both sides of all this tiny little text.
Yeah, right here.
Yeah, so AI has a problem where it will
overcomplicate.
It will overcomplicate a thumbnail and add lots of different text and lots of different things. You don't want that. Less is usually more when it comes to thumbnails, because people are looking at your thumbnails in a split second. They're not going to look at all of that, and everything you add to your thumbnail is taking focus away from the thing that you want it to focus on. So just think about, what do I want it to focus on? What's the focus here? And you need to make sure when you're prompting the thumbnail to tell it to focus on that thing, and only add however many words you want to add. Only add, 3 to 5 words, for example.
Yeah, and also on this one, like, you actually have 2 here that you probably shouldn't have published. So you have like life lately, here's what's going on. And then you have the changes that are coming to the channel. Neither of these match the value proposition that you have for this channel, which is decorating on a budget. So just make sure that you are, keeping that in mind when you are, when you're putting content out as well. And just one more thing before we move on, because a lot of people do this, so I just want to make sure that I mention this too, is if you look at what you're doing with this one, and this is like a subtle nuance that people often overlook, is you have this framed around like your husband's favorites, right? And then organizing my pantry for easier accessibility for my husband. You could have just removed the for my husband part from all of this, and then just had this like a before and after for the pantry and made it, organizing my pantry for easier accessibility. And even with that, it's still, this is all about you, right? So people can learn from it if they watch, but in terms of the value and how you're framing this is all about, hey, this is me and what it is that I'm doing. But if you were to change this about how to organize your pantry for easier accessibility, then in that case, now what you're doing is you're twisting that around to where the value is directed straight at the viewer, right? So if this shows up on somebody's homepage, then it's like, oh, I'm gonna learn how to do this myself here instead of watching, just somebody else do it to theirs. But keep in mind that starts at the video idea, right? So it's like, if I'm gonna make this video about organizing my pantry, then in that case, what type of tips and ideas can I share along the way so that I can, help other people do something similar, and you take that approach in order to, add a different type of value to what it is that you're doing. Because right now, like, if somebody doesn't know who your husband is, then that, it's not going to matter, to them. Because to you it matters because you know who your husband is. So that's, important to you. But when it comes to a stranger on the internet that's going to be served this content, none of that really means anything to them. So because of that, I would start targeting your videos more towards the people that are actually going to be seeing those on their homepages. Yeah.
I concur.
And also, and I see what's going on here. So I just saw this one, and now I'm starting to see the pattern. So it looks like you're sharing these like life updates in here. And this is okay. I mean, you can continue to do this with these life updates, but keep in mind when you're doing this type of thing, you're missing the opportunity to add value to the people that are wanting to, essentially, that you've promised that you are going to be showing them how to decorate on a budget, right? So because of that, just keep in mind that, every one of these that you upload, you are missing an opportunity to, add value to people. But it's fine. You can still do it. But just, keep in mind that, those aren't the best videos to upload to the channel. But, you still can if you want to. But it's better to publish content that adds value to others. Let's see here. So next up on the list here, we have the Called Out 7. The Called Out 7 uploads every other day. They've been on YouTube for 1 year or more. They do Bible and what Christianity is not teaching that it should be teaching, interpreting scripture and its historical and cultural context. The goal of the channel is to connect with others who like what you like. And the question is, basically, how does it look? I started using VidIQ for long-form content and sometimes Crayon AI for thumbnails. I feel like the video subject is hard to grow. When I talked about tiny homes, it seemed that I had more views. So first, I just want to mention, if you're using AI for your thumbnails, I think that AI is solid for thumbnails because if you don't know how to make a thumbnail, then it at least can help you make a better thumbnail. But if you're using AI for thumbnails, you should be using 1 of 10 because right now it's the best version out there. It gives you the best results. When you connect your channel, then it sees the entire scenes of your channel. It will put you in the thumbnail, and it does all of that stuff without you having to use other services that don't have those connections and that don't have a history of being trained on YouTube. So if you're going to be making AI thumbnails, you want to make sure that you're checking out 1 of 10, just so you know. But they say that, how does it look? So we are going to take a look here and see what's going on. Mr. Bet on You, glad that you are enjoying the information here. Walter's World, hey, what's going on, dude? Hope that you are doing great. Nice to see you here, man. Hope that you are doing awesome. Hope that you're having some good travels. Nice to see you here. Okay, so let's take a look here and at this channel. So basically what this is actually, let me pull this down real quick and let me just confirm here. But it says, how does it look? Like, how does the channel look is what we're looking at here. So let's take a look. Okay, the Called Out 7. We're just going to go straight to the videos because it's showing me the old content here in the For You. So what drives extreme sacrifice in kamikazes and jihadists? That's an interesting topic, actually. Let's see here. The first day of work. Did Paul change the Sabbath? The truth about Acts 27. What did God change the rules of eating meat? Yeah, so for like some of these, like I think with these, I would brighten these up a little bit. You have, did Paul change the Sabbath? So this probably is something that, that a Christian might, identify there. But the problem with this is like when I roll over this or when I, have the auto hover here, which it's not happening now. Give me 1 second, see if I can trigger it again. Let me turn it on. There we go. Yeah, so here when I hover over this, it doesn't match anything about what the thumbnail is doing. So one thing to keep in mind when it comes to people clicking on your videos, when people are hovering over this stuff and they see feet, just walking and it's not, related in any possible way to what the thumbnail looks like, then in that case, this might end up working against you with these auto plays. Now I'm just going to click into this real quick and just see kind of what happens here. Yeah, so when it first starts, you're actually, sitting here and you are having the conversation with them here, which is fine. But yeah, I don't think the thumbnails are doing you any justice here. Because what these are presenting right now, or how these are presenting, they look more like so there's a lot of AI content that people are publishing right now where they're telling all kinds of different stories, talking about space, talking about Bible stories, talking about all the kinds of things. the way you're currently putting these together for these, right? These look like they would be one of those videos, not a video where, you know, there's some guy sitting in his place, you know, talking to them and sharing a message about something. So because of that, even though they look good, like, you know, this looks cool, but even though they look cool, when it comes to being effective, yeah, I think these are probably working against you. And you'll be able to see that, you know, for the people that have interacted with this, you might be able to see that in your retention. You only got 25 views on it so far. So because of that, you're not going to have much to work with there. But I'm going to guess that either the rollover, when people are hovering over it, is working against you here. Or once people click into it and it's nothing related to what it looks like it would be, that you're just not meeting that expectation for them there, and they're out of there. So because of that, I think since you are, you know, hanging out and you're talking in your place, I would try to make your thumbnails more, you know, more real like this. So, you know, this is one of those things where I think AI can work against people a little bit, because this is another one where you're using the right imagery, but what it looks like I'm going to get versus what I get when I click in here, you know, it doesn't, you know, match as much, but this is way closer than the other ones that you're doing. But if we look at here, same thing, right? It just doesn't look, you know, like from what it looks like I'm going to get versus what I see when I am hovering over this is two totally different things. Find real structure, Christians finding structure in the Catholic Church. Yeah, so when you're writing your titles also, like here, Christians finding structure in the Catholic Church. So you're saying what this video might be talking about, but there isn't anything here that is meaningful in terms of like, oh, I need to make sure that I click on this video. If it said something like Christian structure in the Catholic Church, like this is why it's important to find structure in the Catholic Church. It's a little bit wordy, but you know, something along those lines, then it opens a curiosity gap of some kind, where it's like, oh, well, let me see what this person's opinion is on why they think that, blah, blah. But how this is right now, it doesn't really have any oomph to it when it comes to the title. Yeah, here's what they don't get. You know, like that type of thing is definitely better. And then you have this, you know, here, you know, this text to carry that one. So I think that one's a little bit better, but I would put a little bit more emphasis on the Bible, because you're holding it here, but at a smaller size, you're not going to be able to tell what this is, and you can't tell directly that it's a Bible. So because of that, I would, like, if you're going to have the Bible and you're going to hold it instead, like, I would make sure that you, like, you know, either have AI do it or Photoshop or whatever it is that you're making the stuff in, but have it literally put Bible on here. So it just makes it crystal clear that that book that you're holding is a Bible. Yeah, so adding that type of clarity to what it is that you're doing, that would be step one for what it is that you're doing here. Next on the list, we have Try RV Life. Nice, RV channel, I'm guessing. They have been making videos for 1 year or more. Playing the mom game in the house. What is going on? Hope you're doing great. Sierra, what's going on? Nice to see you here also. Hope you guys are doing awesome. So let's see here. Sierra tries it. So full-time RV life. The goal of the channel is to make money. The target audience is new and lightly experienced RVers. The question is it still a viable strategy to make several different subtropical within the niche videos to find an audience, or leave that to YouTube? Yeah, so what you want to do is you want to figure out, you know, what it is that you're trying to do, figure out who it is that you're doing it for, and then start doing it with, you know, making the content that those people are likely to enjoy. So as long as your channel is targeted towards RVers, which you said that it was, then in that case, you're doing the right thing topically. Hold on. A campground review. Okay. Let's see here. Here, I'll pull this up real quick so everybody can see it and follow along. Okay. Let's see here. $11 per night waterfront. Okay. Since you are reaching RVers, I would definitely go heavier with the RV imagery. Because here you have the person, you know, hanging out here, which is fine. And it looks like maybe you're covering the campground, which might be the idea of the video. But I would put a little bit more emphasis on the RV. Because right now, the RV is something that you have to really look for, instead of it being obvious at a glance that this is something about an RV. The $11 per night might grab those people, but I would lean heavier on the actual RV imagery itself. Like with this one, right? See how the RV is, you know, a lot more prominent in this one. When it's small, it's still gonna, you know, fade a little bit. But, you know, definitely make sure that since you're trying to reach RV folks, that you are focusing on RV imagery to help all of these RV people instantly identify that your content has something to do with RVs. And really, and I'm sure there's, you know, other versions of this too, but these two videos right here are the worst videos that you have on the channel so far. And these two videos right here are ones that you don't have anything clear about this being about an RV in the thumbnail. So at least on this one, right, you have the RV and then the RV, like the actual RV picture here, and then the RV, but I'd change the background color so that the RV stands out more. Here, this one actually doesn't either, but you do have the RV here. And then here, that's obviously, you know, about RVs. Here, you got the RV here. But the ones that did the worst are the ones that are hardest to see that it has something to do with an RV. So I'd update these thumbnails immediately so that the RV people can more easily see that this is, you know, that this is for them. Because like the $800 saved is fine, but $800 saved for what, right? So what the goal that you're trying to accomplish here is if YouTube shows this to somebody that is an RVer on their homepage, that there's something in the thumbnail, which in this case is going to be the RV, that makes them in their brain go, oh, an RV, right? And the reason this is super important is because, like, you know, if you get an audience of RVers, then, you know, these things start getting a little bit more flexible because then, you know, they can kind of kickstart it for you. But when it comes to that imagery, here's what you want to think about. If you are making content about RVs, I'm going to say that again. I'm going to start that again. If you're making content about RVs, then in that case, what's happening is on YouTube, that person that YouTube is recommending your content to, it's likely that that person is watching content about RVs. So that means that in addition to your content, YouTube is also showing those same viewers other content from other channels that are talking about RVs. And if they're using RV imagery in their thumbnails, again, and they're sitting right next to one of your videos where you're not, their video is going to stand out to that RV user more than your thumbnail at a glance. So if you were to put them side by side, then that video is going to make the connection with that viewer that you're trying to reach, and yours isn't. So because of that, you want to make sure that whatever audience it is that you're trying to reach, that you're using imagery in your thumbnails that helps that person be able to identify that your content is about that thing that they care about. Because everybody else is doing that, and you're going to be competing with all those other people that are doing it right there on the home pages of the people that you're trying to reach. So it's really important to make sure that you're doing that. Okay. Next up on our list here, just a heads up, we're going to be giving away a Vid Summit ticket here in just a few. So we've got 3 to give away today. So if you are just joining us, a couple things I want to let you know. Number 1 is that we are answering YouTube questions, giving people feedback on their channels, that type of thing. To participate in that, it's completely free. There's a link at the bottom of the chat right now where you can go ahead and put your question or request feedback. If you're watching this from somewhere that is not YouTube, you can go to nickniman.com/ask, and it'll send you to that same exact form. And we will get your question answered there. And also, if you're listening to this, and if you listen to this on the replay and you don't get the option to, you know, participate in the live streams and get your questions asked, by the next live stream, I plan to also have a separate form for you as well, to where you can put your questions in there, you know, when you do hear this, so that you can also get your questions answered when we're on the stream as well. And we'll just kind of go back and forth between them. So then that way, that gives a chance for people that are listening to the show that don't get a chance to catch it live. It gives a chance for them to get some questions answered as well. So I'm going to try to have that together before the next live stream. But let's see here. Let's keep on trucking. We've got genealogy. Amy, you'd think I know how to say that by now. Genealogy with Amy Johnson Crow. Uploads when she has time. She's been on YouTube for a year or more. She has a family history channel, and the goal of it is to make money. And the question is, other than just publish, what is your best advice to not overthink making content? When it comes to YouTube and not overthinking making content, I think the most important thing to think about is that everything doesn't have to be perfect. There's going to be videos that you make that are going to do great. There's going to be videos that you make that are going to underperform compared to the other videos. And all of that is a part of the process, the natural process of being a content creator. And when you stand in your own way in terms of making content, all that's happening is you're just making a bigger deal of the process than what it actually is. If you break it all down, right, and you remove all of the extra stuff that we attach to it, all you're doing is coming up with an idea, either scripting that idea out or writing bullet points around that idea after you research a little bit. And then from there, you're just hitting a button on a camera and you're talking to the camera, or depending on the type of content somebody's making, there might be different things in that process, but you're recording the videos. And then you're putting those into editing software and then you're uploading them to YouTube. Like it can be a big deal in terms of the end result of that, but in terms of the actual process itself, it's really not a big deal. It's just a process that you go through. So when it comes to overthinking making content, I think it happens to a lot of content creators. It happens to me too. But I think the best thing that we can do is get out of our own way and just look at it like, okay, this is my process. And all I have to do is just rinse and repeat and go through this process, rinse and repeat to go through this process in order to keep publishing videos. But yeah, just look at it more of a process instead of like a big deal, like a big thing that you have to go through. Because as soon as we start making it a bigger thing, then there's additional pressure added to it as well, right? So when we are adding that pressure to ourselves, then that adds extra stress, that adds extra anxiety, which can add to that feeling of just not wanting to do it, because then you have all of that extra, pressure and stress and anxiety around it, versus just being like, you know what, there's all of that stuff, but right now I'm just going to focus on this stuff, which is what's my next idea? What am I going to say for that? How am I going to package this video up for this idea? If it goes through that process to where I can come up with good packaging for it, then, what am I going to say in this video? And then this is what I'm going to say in the video. Now let me, turn the camera on and get to cooking, right? So yeah, just look at it more like a process instead of adding that pressure if you can. Sometimes those things are easier said, right, than done. But I think that, if you really want to get out in your own way, the best way to do that is just by, really, leaning into the process and trying to remove that connection, right, that we make to making the content, which can add that extra anxiety. So next up, we've got Pedro, Mr. Bet on You, Santiago. So they do daily content, but on YouTube for 1 year or more. They do gig economy, education, and information. The goal of the channel is to teach others. And the question is, at first glance, does my channel name and thumbnails match my type of channel? So let's see here. So Mr. Bet on You. Let's take a look at the channel. See what it is you got going on here. Let's take a gander. Okay, let me pull this up here. Okay. So looking at your channel, Bet on You, this doesn't really tell me anything. So, when I look at your channel, my first impression here is if you're talking about gig economy, that kind of stuff, I would definitely, put it up here just so you have that clarity. You don't need to make it about your channel name or anything like that, but by putting up here that you are talking about gig economy, then what that's going to do is that's just going to add that clarity for the people that come to your channel page, which are the people that are the most engaged in what it is that you're doing. They watch a video and they're like, wow, this is great. What else do they have? And then they go and they explore your channel. And then from there, they, they'll come here. So as soon as they land here, you want to add that confirmation here so that they know what it is that you're doing on the channel. So that they know, right, you're removing friction. So then they know, oh, they do videos like this on a regular basis. So since I liked that enough to come and explore more on the channel, now that I know that, I'm going to go ahead and subscribe to this channel so that I can get more of this stuff as they publish, right? So that's number one. And then we're going to go into the channel itself. And in terms of how you're presenting this, using the logos for those companies, I think this is, clear here in terms of helping people that are into the gig economy or, a part of the gig economy, helping them identify that this video is about those things. So I think that's good. When it comes to this, I'm not sure what Easy Cater is. It might be one of those things as well. If so, having that logo there definitely is helpful. But I waited 1.5 hours for this order. Why? Catering goes wrong. Okay. So there's a couple of things that I want you to think about when it comes to these. Is you can, and nice work on 98,000 subscribers, by the way.
There you go.
But when it comes to this sort of thing, especially when it comes to like long form content, because with long form content, it's not like shorts where, you know, your videos just show up and you can start having the conversation. You have to be framing this stuff in a way to where when gig economy workers see this, to where they're like, oh yeah, this is for me. So a couple of ways that you can do that. The first one is leveraging logos like you're doing right here. The second one is speaking directly to them. So basically I waited 1.5 hours for this order. Why? Catering gone wrong. One, there's not really much, you know, to that. You still got, you know, almost 2,000 people clicking on it, which is good. But when it comes to that, there's not like a ton there. But if this had something like, I waited 1.5 hours for this order as a, Easy Cater driver or as, gig economy driver or something like that, then in that case, you're at least making that connection with them, right? Because right now it looks like it's more of a focus on, this than it is on anything related to gig economy, unless, of course, do you know what Easy Cater is?
I do not.
Okay. Yeah. So unless Easy Cater is, a clear thing for the gig economy, if so, then this is, this is okay. But I would put more emphasis on this than I would this right here.
I'm going to look it up though.
And then here, the biggest payout ever, this catering order. How did this happen? I think that this suggests
corporate catering. You order online.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I think this suggests it here because, biggest payout ever, the catering order. So I think here, it's a little bit more clear. But I would not necessarily put the record order here, but maybe instead this would be another place where maybe a logo or, just something that just says, gig worker or something like that with like an arrow pointing to you, something along those lines. And I also wouldn't worry about putting the emojis here or anything like that. I would just try to make this focused. So again, yesterday you published this and you have 2.6 thousand views on it. So, people are responding to your stuff. But I think that you could definitely get a better response if you were to dial these things, in. And then here you have customer refuses delivery. Who are you? No uniform, 65-inch TV return. Yeah. So with this one, very similar in terms of, making this a little bit more clear that it's for, or that it's about, the gig stuff here, I think would definitely be more valuable for you as well. And also, I'm not sure because it looks like you might not be actually like trying to help gig economy people as much as just sharing your gig economy experiences. So in that case, it's a little bit different because then you're not trying to reach the, the workers necessarily, but you're still trying to use things in the thumbnail that, people that would be watching these for entertainment purposes would still be able to identify as, as they're checking out the experiences that this gig worker is having.
Great beard, by the way.
Yeah, I like that beard too.
It's a good beard.
Yep. Yeah. And good gray pattern too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm like all patchy. Like, see how patchy I am over here?
I'm patchy too.
Yeah, you are. Yeah, that's like a good gray pattern.
Yeah.
Let's see here. See what else you got. New Urban Care offers. Drive 120 miles. Tip will be offered at time of drop off. Hey man, I just want to say really quick that like I appreciate your upload cadence. Like you are grinding it out here.
He's on it.
Yeah, you are grinding it out here. So that's awesome. Love that you are putting that effort into what it is that you're doing. But yeah, so with these, I think you could definitely dial things in a bit. And when it comes to the videos, let's see what you're doing. Okay, so you're just having the conversations here in the car. That's great.
Love it.
Yep, that's great.
Look at the camera, not your lens.
Yep. Do you see how he identified that? It's even small on my screen. First thing D says is look at the camera. So here's the idea with that.
You can tell. You can tell. The
slightly off.
Slightly off because you're looking at yourself.
Yep.
Yeah.
So right here, just look right at the lens. What that will do is that will help you have a better connection with the people that are watching. Because what you're doing here is you're having a conversation with the viewer. So with what Dee's talking about there about looking at the camera, you want to make sure that you are looking directly at them instead of looking at yourself. So then you can make that stronger connection there.
One thing that you can do, I've seen a lot of people do this, is they have their camera up and they are filming themselves. And if you're looking at yourself, that means you're probably using the selfie cam, right? You're probably using the one you can see yourself. I've seen people take Post-it notes and tape it over on here and bend it over, right? They get themselves framed. And if yours is sitting down, like if yours is in a car holder, then it's going to be easy. Just set it up and put a Post-it note that covers the majority of your action, not the lens, but the actual, your screen. So you can't actually watch yourself, and it will force you to look at the screen.
One more thing I want to mention too is if you look at some of these thumbnails, man, like I would simplify a lot of what you're doing here. So you're adding just tons of stuff to the thumbnail. So keep in mind when people are glancing at this stuff, like, you know, they're going to glance and see what's going on. And then if the main thing that you're focusing on captures them, then they're going to look at the title to see what it's all about. And then they're going to make the decision to click or not. So right now, like if we pick this thumbnail apart, right? Like if we look at just this thumbnail, we've got the 200 a week. We've got the pickup and drop off time. We have the Emerald tier thing going on. We have all these people back here. We have you, and then we have the big lie, right? So when it comes to making thumbnails, just think to yourself, okay, what is the message that I'm trying to share here? And how can I illustrate that message here, right? If you're going to put yourself in the thumbnails like this, how can I illustrate the message here in a way that's just really simple and focused? So maybe it would be this Emerald tier thing. That would be the main focus here. Instead of all of this additional stuff, if that's the thing that, you know, that people would, you know, connect with around this content. But yeah, so I would definitely simplify all of these so that you can make sure that you are leading people's attention instead of depending on them to figure things out. And when you do that, then you're going to be intentionally capturing people's attention around the things that, you know, that you are trying to capture their attention around, instead of just having a, you know, like a hodgepodge full of things that that will, you know, distract people more than capture their attention. Any additional thoughts there, D?
No, I think you covered that well. And I think it's kind of natural when we first start making thumbnails, until we really understand, you know, the psychology of thumbnails and what's actually going on. It's easy to think I have to put all of this stuff in a thumbnail in this single image to make people understand. That's not what you have to do. You're not trying to tell the entire story with your single image. You're trying to just let them know that there's enough here to pique their curiosity to where they're like, okay, I want to see more. You want them to understand what's going on, but you don't have to tell the whole story.
Yeah, Playing the Mom Game says, I used to put a little piece of painter's tape pointing to the lens on my phone so I knew where to look.
Yeah, that works too. I've seen people do that. They'll take they'll cut like a little triangle piece of tape, a colored tape. They'll stick it right next to the lens and pointing at it. I've seen people take, you know, the little notebook.
I was just going to say that.
Yeah, the notebook.
Yeah, the little circles.
The little circle stickers that you put on your notebook so they don't rip in the binder, the school binders. They'll take those and they'll stick them over the lens. You want to make sure that it's perfectly covering the lens, and it just stuck there. So you look right in the center of that circle. You don't have to leave it there forever. Like once you do it a few times, it will train your brain, and then you'll look at it.
Junkman says 3 or 4 word titles and thumbnails is hard at times. It is.
Yep.
And, you know, sometimes you might need to put more, you know, words in the title. You might need to do that. But the whole idea is making sure that the message is focused, right? Because if you just have, you know, like in this case, you know, he's got, like in one of these thumbnails I'm looking at, there's like a whole stack of words over here, different colors and font sizes and like everything. And then we got the whole other stack over here that's also different from like what's happening over here. And it's just kind of like this collage of stuff versus this is what I want you to see in this thumbnail, right? So, you know, sometimes you might need to, you know, put extra words or something. But the idea is to just try to simplify it and control the focus.
I have thumbnails where I've broken all of the rules and I've jammed tons of text in it, and I've done all the things that I wasn't supposed to do, but they have an insanely high click-through rate. So, I mean, there's, you know, there are always outliers and there's always different ways to do things. But if you're struggling, that's when you
the rule of thumb.
The rule of, the rule, like if it works,
keep it
works.
focused.
If it's not working, you have to try it another way.
Okay, let's see here. So next up on the list, we have, you know, I think we should do a ticket giveaway.
I was just about to say, should we do a Vid Summit giveaway?
Yeah, I think we should. Do you guys want us to do a Vid Summit ticket giveaway? Is anybody here? You want us to do a Vid Summit ticket giveaway?
I don't think they do.
If so, just say yes in the chat here. And if you don't know what Vid Summit is, I'll go ahead and share that with you here real quick. So Vid Summit And this, we're going to be giving tickets away for this, but even if you don't win, you still want to go to vidsummit.com and you want to make sure that you do check out, more about this. VidSummit is a conference that's happening in Dallas, Texas, September 29th to October 1st. And what this is a conference of where content creators come together. We go every year. And this is a conference where we get together and we share what it is that we know with other creators, and other creators come and share what they know with, everybody else. And it's a place where people that are taking this seriously, we all come together to, share our love for YouTube and also share what it is that we know about YouTube. And it's a great place to network. It's a great place to, have conversations with content creators and get, all of the insights about what it is that they're doing that's working and how, they're doing the things that they're doing around their YouTube business. So if you are somebody that is, wanting to take your channel to the next level, you are somebody that is already doing well on YouTube, but you're wanting to accelerate things, you're wanting to connect with other people that are like you, VidSummit is the place to make all of that happen. So you can find out more about that at vidsummit.com, but right here in just a minute, I think we're going to go ahead and give away some tickets. So how this works for people that have not been here for a ticket giveaway is we are going to put a word on the screen. And when we put that word on the screen, all you have to do, this is super easy, all you have to do is you just type that word into chat. And then when you type that word into chat, what's going to happen is this is going to start collecting, the channel names that put that word into the chat. And then I hit the pick a winner button and then just randomly pick somebody out of the chat. So what we're going to do is we have the giveaway tickets that we're doing in terms of this right here. We're also going to, because we had somebody that gave a ticket back, so we're going to pick somebody for that one. So we're going to go ahead and get into it. So
you have some rules.
I do have some rules. Thank you, Dee. So here are the rules for this. First, before you put the word that we're going to put on here, before you do that, what we are
changing it up just a little bit.
Yeah. So there's a few things that we need. One, you have to be able to get to Dallas, Texas, September 29th through October 1st. This is for the ticket. So this is like $1,000 giveaway. What is it? $900, I think. $900 to $1,000 giveaway. Yeah. And with this, you still have to pay for your transportation there, and you have to pay for your hotel. So you have to be able to do that. But this is going to give you the actual ticket into the event. In addition to that, you also have to be publishing, videos to your YouTube channel, because we want to make sure that people that are going here are, publishing, that they're, somebody that is, doing the thing. So you want to make sure that you're publishing videos to your YouTube channel. In addition to that, if you win and you don't contact us within 7 days, then we're going to pass that ticket on to somebody else, kind of like we're doing with this stream with somebody that couldn't go. And also, if you do win and you can't go, because this is a huge opportunity, like this giveaway and just VidSummit itself also, it's changed many lives over the years. So because of that, if you are going to participate in the giveaway, if you can't make it, let us know so that it doesn't waste that opportunity for somebody else. Okay. So with this, we are going to go ahead and put a word into the chat here.
Snuffleupagus. That'd be a good word. Mm-hmm. Keep them on their toes.
So the first one, because I don't know how to spell Snuffleupagus, is going to be VidSummit 2026.
Okay, that's an easy one.
So again, all you have to do here is just put that into the chat. And, and for the things that I mentioned, make sure that you can get to Dallas, Texas, and also make sure that, you're publishing videos to your channel, that kind of stuff. Because we want to make sure that this goes to, somebody that's doing the thing, so to speak. And also, we don't care what if you're publishing shorts and that's all you're publishing, that's fine. If all you're doing is live streaming, that's fine. If all you're doing is video content, that's fine. We don't care if you have 0 subscribers and you're publishing, or if you have 20 million subscribers and you're publishing. It doesn't matter. We just want to make sure that you're publishing videos so that we know that you're doing the thing.
So RD Overland says I'm about 2,000 miles away from there. Yeah, we're about 9,000 miles. Yeah. Away from there.
We're in Asia, so so
no excuses is what I'm trying to say.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, if you can't go, you can't go. Also, for people that that can't physically make VidSummit, if you want to get the information, I recommend that you go in person. And the reason I recommend that you go in person is because of, one, the energy, two, the information that you learn, not just on stage, but also just in the hallways, your conversations with other creators, because you're fully immersed for the time that you're there. Because in addition to the conference itself, when the conference is over, then everybody will move to like the lobbies of, the hotels that are there, the restaurants that are there, and you're just, you're completely immersed in the creator thing for several days. So it's an awesome experience. And it also, for those of you that are trying to go full time or trying to turn this into something, and you're trying, this is also something that, in my opinion, I think adds like a unique type of value, because you get to see, because there's a lot of successful content creators there, like people that do this for real. And because of that, you get to meet us and hear from us about, about everything that we're doing. And it gets to show you the reality of being able to do that thing that you're trying to do as well. And that also is really inspirational when it comes to just a little side value when it comes to Vid Summit. So we'll go ahead and get this rolling here.
I think we should wait to get to 30. We should wait and get to 40.
40? Okay, we got 3 more.
Yeah.
So we'll see how this goes here.
It's 37. Since we get to 40, we're gonna let it roll.
Okay. 3 more. Yep. D's always pushing it just a little bit more there.
Yep.
And Rebecca Valera says, I'm about to relaunch. Would that work? Should be launched in 1 to 2 weeks. It would. Yeah, that's fine, Rebecca.
I'm guessing that we're not going to Vid Summit.
Collide 4. Thank you for the kind words there.
We're stuck at 37.
Yep. Drum roll is going to be coming in here.
I don't know, though. Hold
I
on.
think I might just go ahead and pull it. Yeah, each person can only enter 1 time, just so you know.
I'm a little disappointed that there's not 40 people in here that's able to go to Vid Summit.
Yeah, I hope Tish brings more peanut brittle.
What are we doing?
Yeah, I hope Tish here brings more peanut brittle.
Yeah.
Okay, here we go. We're going to go ahead and pick it.
There's 180
okay, here we go.
people and 40 people. What are you guys doing?
Yeah, here we go.
It's going to be.
Okay, here we go.
That's a cool name.
Magic Flying Potato, Brad.
Wow,
Boom.
he's going. Way to go, Brad.
So we got to talk about Brad here for a second. First off, Brad, congratulations.
We actually don't need to talk about Brad.
So there's a couple things here with Brad. So the very first is, I think Brad might be the luckiest vid. Like, he needs his own, like if they give away prizes, he should get a prize at Vid Summit, because he is the luckiest Vid Summit person ever. So
now, Brad should just get a complimentary ticket every year.
Right. So,
every year, it's like, okay, we got a ticket for Brad.
Right. So with Brad, Brad won here. I think it might have been the first year. And then the second year, Brad went as a volunteer. And then I think another year, I think he might have won another one. Am I remembering that correctly, Brad? Yeah, I can't remember, but like,
that's right.
But
how to win YouTube prizes,
right? Yeah, he should start a channel, right? About how to win Vid Summit, right? Teaching people how to win Vid Summit tickets. Yeah. So yeah, congratulations, Brad. So all I need you to do, Brad, is shoot me a DM on X. Oh, and he won last year as well.
Yeah.
That's
insane.
That's so crazy, so crazy. Yeah, so here's what you need to do, man. Send me a DM. There's a bunch of information that I need from you. I'll send you a list of that, but just shoot me a DM like now on X, so that I can see that, and I can send you the information that you need to send me, so that your ticket can get filled out.
He's got that mojo.
He does.
He's got that flying potato mojo.
I'm going to be honest with you. I'm going to be trying to hang out with Brad at Vid Summit. I want some of that stuff rolling off on me, right?
You should take a side trip to Vegas.
Yep. Okay.
While you're there.
I like how you think. Yeah. Yep. Yeah, I like how you think. Love it. Yeah, I think that you seriously, dude. I think you're like the luckiest person there.
Yep. Mojo Flying Potato.
Yeah, and Amy says we have to figure out how to change our handles to Magic Flying Potato. Right?
That's it.
Oh, love it.
So we have some more tickets to give away, but not yet.
Yep.
We're going to wait just a little bit. Now that Brad has just taken all of the winter energy, we need to let things settle down a little bit, and then we'll bring it back. Give somebody else an opportunity. Which Brad will probably win again. You know, all roads lead to Brad.
That's right, they do.
That's right.
Not Rome.
That's right.
They used to lead to Rome, but now they lead to Brad.
That's right, the Magic Flying Potato.
So KRDPF or KRDP fishing is our next channel here. They do bi-weekly content, but on YouTube for 1 year or more. They do fishing / outdoor content. Go to the channels, connect with others who like what they like.
Hold on. We didn't
What?
check to see if Brad was uploading.
You know what? We might be able to get Brad on a technicality here.
We need to pull. So that's one of the things you need to be uploading. So we need to take a look at Brad's channel really quick.
21 hours ago.
Let's see it. Pull it up.
Yep. And 6 days ago.
Pull it up.
Yep. Yep.
I'm not taking your word for it. I need to see it.
Yep.
What are we
so
doing
right here, yep, we have 21 hours ago, 6 days ago, 2 weeks ago, 4 weeks ago. Yep.
Okay.
So he's got that. He's got, let's see if we've got any shorts. No, he hasn't uploaded shorts in a while. So,
I mean, could that be a disqualifier?
No, as long as he's uploading some type of content. And then see if he's live streaming a month ago. Okay, yeah, but he's got it on the video
not
side.
Live streaming. I mean, that could be a disqualifier.
Yep, he's got it. No, it's
no
the
live
video
streaming
content.
and no shorts.
Yep. Look at what D's doing to you, man. Look at what D's doing to you. D's trying to sabotage you. Yeah.
Nah, Brad knows better.
Yeah.
He knows better.
Yep.
I trust him with my channel, man.
Right. Yeah. So Brad took over D's channel 1 year also. That was his first live stream, wasn't it?
Yeah. He hadn't gone live yet, and I was like, "Come on, turn on your camera, let's come in, go live." And then he went live, and I had to step away for a while, and I didn't want to shut the stream down because it was a great stream and people were in there. It was a good time, and I was like, "Brad, you got this," and just left him alone. First time streaming with my channel.
That's great.
Yeah, it was probably. It was when the world shut down, so there was 150 plus people in there probably at the time. And he handled it like a champ, like a professional streamer. Trial by fire.
Nice.
And he's been streaming ever since.
Nice.
Trial by fire. Handled it like a boss.
So KRDP Fishing, they have a fishing and outdoor channel. And they say, "Hey, Nick, I'm a small fishing channel. I make fishing videos. Lately, as of Monday this week, I've been on the fence thinking about making hunting vids. The reason why I'm on the fence thinking about hunting is because next week on the 15th is the first day of hunting, and I want to help others of similar interest. For example, I would like to start a how to get into hunting guide for women, but I don't know if it would hurt my channel to have a hunting and fishing outdoor channel." So there's a lot of people that do channels where they do just all kinds of outdoor stuff like that. So I think that there's probably a lot of crossover there between hunters and fishers. So with that, your
Fishers?
fishermen,
Fisher women?
people,
Fisher people?
Yeah, I'm not sure what you're supposed to say now, but I think we'll just say fisher people.
Fisher people?
Yeah. So with fisher people,
God, this PC stuff drives me crazy.
so with these fisher, so you have fisher folks.
Fisher folks.
Yep, Fisher folks has a little bit better flow to it.
I still don't like it, but I'm okay with it.
You're okay with that? Okay.
I'm okay with it.
Yeah, so we have people who fish. Thank you, Stitches in Yarn Circle. Yeah, so we have people who fish. And you have people that hunt too. So basically, as you're designing your content, you'd want to make sure that you are just thinking, okay, so I'm not trying to reach people that are just hunting. Maybe I'm not trying to reach people that are just fishing. I'm trying to reach people that are doing, these outdoor, activities that are hunting and fishing. And then that would be the move. So yeah, I think you're fine to experiment with that, especially as hunting season is just getting started, because there's probably going to be people, actually, let's take a look at Google Trends. Let's see what Google Trends has to say about hunting. Give me 1 second.
Like they, them fishermen?
Yeah, I don't know about all of that.
They, them
but,
fisher folk? Just cover all the basics.
Let's see here.
Are you pulling them up?
No. I'm looking here to just see hunting.
I think we looked into this before. We looked into fisher. They do call themselves fisher women. We looked into this before, if you remember.
Okay, so we're going to go into past 5 years. And we are going to go to YouTube search. And yeah, looks like
you're not sharing it. I don't know
definitely big swings here.
You don't have it up. There you go.
So yeah, it looks like this whole party starts in June. Right, so you're a little bit late to the party. But yeah, so we have August right here, and you're getting ready to take another big swing, right? And let's see if that's the same
Are
here.
those all the same month? What do we got, September?
August right here, boom.
Yeah, look at that.
Right? August here, not as much here in 2024, but, last year, last year, big swing here last year. So what I'm doing right here, just so everybody knows what's going on, is on Google Trends, if you go to trends.google.com right up here, with this, you can go to, the country that you're targeting with your content. And I just did the United States here. I made the assumption, I could be wrong. But I put the past 5 years, and then I did YouTube search. You can also look at web search, because sometimes it's a little bit different. here when it comes to web search, but we have a lot of crossover here too. So the thing that you're doing here is you're just looking for interest in the topic, right? So what I'm doing here is I'm just looking to see here, like, okay, when does this start lifting off? And does it start lifting off, right around now? Or is it earlier? Is it, next month? Like, when does it start happening? And it looks like we're already in motion here in August. So if you are going to be making that transition or experimenting with that content, now is definitely the time to do that. So I would get on that right now when it comes to the hunting content. And you can see here the pattern's just a little bit different here, right? Just barely. Where, here you've got like that bigger spike that happens right in this month. And then here, it's a little bit of a slower start. So you do have a little bit of variance there, but, overall, yeah, like this is very predictable in terms of how, the interest over time in the topic of hunting. So just as a heads up, anybody here, you can also use this information. So like, for example, if you have a cooking channel, the obvious thing here, just while I have this up to show it to you guys, like the obvious thing is like how to make a turkey. Bake a turkey. Is it bake?
Bake a turkey.
Bake a turkey.
I mean, you could technically barbecue a turkey, I guess.
So, same thing, like look at these spikes here, right? How to make stuffing, right? So if you're doing like food content, right? And some of this stuff is obvious, right? You just know it by default. But these are just good examples in terms of things that people are looking for. And if you had a cooking channel, one of the things that this shows us is there's more people that want to know how to make stuffing than want to know how to make turkey. So if you had a food channel and you are targeting these holidays as they start coming around by, just playing around inside of Google Trends here and researching, this lets you know, like, okay, well, we got to make sure that we make a stuffing video. We can make turkey too, but we have to get this stuffing video out because there's a lot more people here that are looking for, or that are interested in making stuffing content. Not just that they're looking for it, but they're looking for it because they're interested in it. And you can do the same thing for like, game releases, if any of that stuff, happens on a schedule, anything like that. But this is a great place to like Larry, right, from Home Rapid Repair. So we can do like, how to fix gutters. Let's just see what happens here. Yeah. And even here, right. So this is predictable too, in terms of when people are doing, this type of work. Right. So, these are the types of things that you can look into. And then when these things are coming because you're doing that research, then this gives you the opportunity to plan ahead for these things and just make sure that you get that content on your list for those times.
That's kind of wild how like nobody's talking about turkey in the off season.
Right?
It's like all turkey, and then everybody just forgets turkey. Turkey exists.
I bet the turkeys though, they're like, oh,
right?
Finally.
Right? Like,
yeah, they're probably like, oh man, hey guys, no worries. Like, we can just take it easy.
We are good.
Yeah.
And turkeys aren't that smart. So
they're all like feather high-fiving,
yeah.
right? Like after Thanksgiving, they're like, we made it.
Yeah, well, the funny thing is they're not very smart, so they don't realize that turkey season's coming again.
Oh, yeah.
So they always think that they made it.
Oh, yeah.
They don't know
that's
that's coming again.
That's going to come
we
next
made
year.
it, fellas.
Yeah.
Yeah. We're in the clear.
Yeah.
11 months later.
All right.
Gone.
How long do turkeys live, do you know?
I think on average about 20 years.
Oh my God, that can't be true. Hold on, how long do turkeys live? Hold on, how long do turkeys live? Now I'm just curious.
In their
3 to 5 years in the wild.
In the wild.
Wow, 3 to 5. So they have to dodge like 3 to 5 turkey seasons. Oh my goodness.
In the wild.
Wow, crazy.
Yeah. I mean, they don't live long in a farm.
But commercial meat turkeys
they're
only live 4 to 5 months.
Yeah.
4 to 5, not 45, 4 to 5.
Right. Poor guys.
And heritage domestic breeds, and this is according to a quick Google search.
So, a chance on the farm.
But heritage domestic breeds kept as pets can live up to 8 to 15 years.
What did I tell you? 20. I was off. I thought it was 20, but it was like 15.
Think of how ripped off those commercial meat turkeys feel. I know we're a little bit off of YouTube. We're going to come back. Don't worry.
This is an important conversation.
But this is an important conversation. Imagine what those meat turkeys feel when they look out the window and they see, the domestic
farm,
the domestic pet, 11-year-old turkey looking back at them over across the farm.
Right.
Wow.
Just puffed up and looking at them.
Yep.
Elite.
With its like gray hair and stuff. It's gray turkey feathers.
Just that elite turkey walk, walking around.
Yep. I'm not a meat turkey.
Free range turkey walking around.
Man.
Feeling elite.
Yep. Crazy.
And the other turkey's just sad and looking out the window.
We've been derailed.
Man.
That's how it is, though.
Yeah.
You know how it is.
Turkey life, man.
It is.
Turkey life be like that sometimes.
That's right. It is. It's hard out there on the farm.
It is, man.
All right. Hey, thanks for the super chat. Ria Torres says, in the pinned comment, should I write away about Patreon benefits, or is it better to start with a little short intro about the video and then put the Patreon info? So it depends what you're trying to do. If you're, if for that, period of time, if you're trying to just, get as many people as you can into Patreon, then in that case, you can focus the pinned content on Patreon if you want. And with that, just put the benefit, try to keep it as short and tight as you possibly can in terms of, for extra, perks and early content or whatever it is that you're going to do, check out my Patreon here. And then, try to keep it short, simple, without explaining too much. And then from there, if you wanted to, you could, line break or hit return and then go down and add more information under that. But keep the core message just simple, short, and easy for people to read.
Yeah, they're saying on the stream that I derailed that turkey talk, but you brought that up.
Did I?
It was 100% on you.
Did I really?
You said, how long do turkeys live? And I
Oh,
told
yeah.
you. And then you just
You're
went
right.
down the rabbit hole and you said, I got to learn. I got to
Right.
figure out how long.
My fault.
turkeys
I
live."
take responsibility for
Had
that.
nothing to do with that derailing.
Right.
Nothing.
So let's see here. So next up, we have Charlie Morris Life says turkeys live about a year between Thanksgivings. Yeah, that too.
Yep.
Some of them. Yeah.
Yep.
So we did the
Nobody thinks of the turkeys.
fishing channel here, right? So Crazy Stay is the next channel.
Chickens never get a break.
They don't. They don't, D. they don't. Yeah. Wonder what the lifespan is of a chicken. You want to take a look and see what that is?
I'll look into that.
Okay, so
while
let me get through this question though first. But Crazy Stay is the name of the channel. They upload when they have time. They do music and gameplay content.
10 years.
No way. Are you serious?
Yes.
No
Backyard chickens typically live 5 to 10 years.
Oh my gosh, that's like a 10 years is like a dog.
Exceptional individual
Hold
chickens.
on. Exceptional chickens?
Exceptional.
How are they different from
individual
other chickens?
They're exceptional. Can live up to 15 years or more.
Way.
With rare record holders living past 20 years.
Man, you gotta be kidding me. I don't know what's going on.
I stand corrected with chickens.
Yeah, I have like a whole new respect for poultry.
Right.
Yeah, that's insane. Absolutely insane. Okay. So let's see.
Did I ever tell you? Did you ever look into a mountain chicken?
So Crazy Stay, they upload when they have time, been on YouTube for 1 year or more. They do music and gameplay content. The question is, any advice can help struggling with titles? Okay. So let's see what you got going on here with that.
That's right. Poultry talk. Mm-hmm. With Nick and D.
This is Poultry Talk. Saturday Poultry Talk with Nick and D. So Crazy Stay.
So what kind of feed are you using on your farm these days?
Yeah, well, just little grainy feed. I don't know what kind of feed you put on a turkey farm. I have no idea.
Corn, yeah.
Corn? Oh, it's corn. Yeah, I don't know. I'm out of touch. So, any advice struggling with titles? Hold on, I gotta get it together real quick. Let me hit this like button right here. Okay.
If you're enjoying the show, remember to give it a thumbs up and share it with a friend right now.
Okay, help with titles. Focus. Okay, so let's take a look at what you're doing here. Crazy Stay. So I was just thinking how funny it would have been if they had a video about like chickens or turkey. That would have been great. They don't, but it would have been amazing if they did.
Hey, Renee.
Hey, Renee, you walked in a middle of hysteria.
Yeah, it's a bit of an awkward moment.
Probably a weird time to walk into a stream. Yeah. Hope you're doing awesome.
Renee, did you know that some exceptional chickens can live up to 20 years?
Yeah. Yep.
We didn't know.
And turkey pets, same thing for them.
Yeah.
They're like 15.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're looking at titles. So the only person stopping me is myself.
The homesteading channels represent here. You
Right.
go. There you go. We have a farm of chickens. Love the chicken talk.
Yeah. So the only person stopping me, myself, one thing at a time. Mornings can feel overwhelming. So right now, I don't think with titles like this that you are really offering anything. If this was, how to Like, I don't know what's happening. Oh, this is music. Okay. So, yeah. So this doesn't make a ton of sense for a music channel. D, this is more your wheelhouse when it comes to music channels.
What are they doing here?
Yeah, so basically it's a music channel, and they're wanting help with titles. So for this song, the title is "The Only Wall, the Only Person Stopping Me Is Myself." So it looks like it's more of the title of the song.
Let me just see the channel as a whole for a second.
Okay.
Scroll up.
Yep.
Do they have any sort of a following at all?
So they have 62 subscribers right now, so people are liking the music. That's good. So then as we scroll down.
Okay, so here's...
And then we have like Server Crash, The Weasel Strikes Again, The Error Code Blues, Every Guardian's Nightmare, Every Guardian's Anthem. No, they are. These are all music videos, or all songs. See the little tag right here? Yeah, these are all tracks.
Oh, wow, they are. Yeah, I wouldn't have guessed that at all.
Yep.
Growing a music channel on YouTube is really hard. One of the things that I've seen people have success with is framing the instead of like, this is a title that nobody's heard of because they don't know you yet, right? Until people know you and you have a lot of fans, they don't know your name, they don't know your title, so it doesn't mean anything to somebody who doesn't know you. I've seen a lot of people have success where they will reframe the song and the packaging around the song based on how it makes you feel or based on a certain experience. So like, just for example, like, go there and type in like songs that make you feel invincible, for example. Or you can see that, songs that make you feel like a villain.
Yep. These are things people are actually looking for when it comes to music.
Right. Songs that make you feel like you're in an edit. Songs that make you feel like you're the main character. Songs that make you feel powerful. Right? So this sort of approach can help you on YouTube because people look for these sorts of things versus nobody's looking for what you're making right now because they don't know you. This is kind of the issue with being a new music channel.
The song names are meaningless to strangers right now.
Until they know you.
Even then, like the song names themselves, unless you're like famous.
That's what I mean,
then,
until they know you.
Yeah, and then like you're in the thumbnail, so they're clicking on it because of that.
Right.
Yeah, otherwise they don't.
Yeah, so I would try this approach if you're going to do music on YouTube.
Songs that make you feel like feeding a turkey.
Songs, right, that's right. Songs that make you feel hot, songs that make you feel like a warrior. Songs that make you feel good, songs that make you feel like you're in 1988, whatever it is the experience that you're trying to give with your music. I would try that. And if you are making music, I would also be on TikTok. TikTok is probably the best place for music. And what a lot of musicians are doing over there now.
Well, I mean, it depends, like with long form stuff.
I mean, short form.
Oh, okay.
No, music,
yeah, because if it's like music to listen to.
No.
If they're entertaining people, then TikTok, sure.
For growing a fan base and for getting in front of a lot of people, what's happening on TikTok is...
Yeah, with these, it looks like they're more like they're just playing games, and then they have
music.
And then they have music under the games. Yeah, so this isn't as much as like an artist that is growing the fan base around them. It looks like
Is it original music?
I'm not sure. It says AI right here. So I'm going to guess that it's probably AI music or maybe AI imagery.
So you have it here in the text. The Only Wall, scroll up. The Only Wall is a motivational rock song, right? So this is this is a song to make a song to motivate you to do something.
Songs to kill turkeys too.
Songs to kill turkeys too. Songs to slay turkeys too. Yeah, so just think about the emotion that you're trying to make the viewer think about, and I would try titling and packaging things that way. And if you are making this music and you are trying to grow a fan base, get on TikTok. Upload like a crazy person on TikTok. Yeah. Just 15-second clips, 20-second clips, 30-second clips. TikTok will let you keep uploading similar videos over and over and over and over and over and over and over again. That's why if you are on TikTok, you're like, why does this person keep uploading the same video? Because TikTok allows it. Yep. And musicians are taking advantage of that to just keep putting their music in front of people over and over and over and over again.
Mm-hmm. Video games in the house. What's going on? Hope you're doing great.
Mm-hmm. But music is tough. Mm-hmm. Hey, Moon over Miami. Yeah, music is really tough.
So next up on the list here.
That's right. Songs for banana bread baddies. Yeah. Viral hit right there, man.
So next up on the list here, we have, let's see, Tactical Mindscapes. Tactical Mindscapes, they do management theory through gaming. We've had them up on the channel before. They do or the question is, are my new thumbnails clearly demonstrating what my content is, or are they too busy? So let's take a look.
What's the channel?
We've had them up before. They do the videos about like leadership and management through video games.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So let's see what you got going on here. So leveraging small tweaks that align your entire system.
Are you pulling them up?
Yeah, so this is, we're kind of back at the thing where you are, because remember we were pointing out last week how when you connect the game information, that those seem to be doing better on the channel. Looks like this one was a collaboration, so we'll skip that one. But like here, managing before the crisis, what weak leaders will never do in the long run. Yeah, so I would definitely get back into, just like we mentioned before, letting people know that there's a connection directly to the game. And the whole idea with that is just making sure that they have, that it's obvious to the viewer, so that when they are clicking on this, they know exactly what it is that they're getting into, so that the people that are clicking on this are a perfect fit for the actual content that's behind it, so that once they get into it, they'll actually stick around and engage with it, versus letting them go there. So yeah, so I would definitely make sure to also mention the game related stuff with these. Even on your own channel, right? Like that's one of those things where you don't even have to go and look at other channels to know that it works. If you look at your own channel, you can see, how that's been an effective thing on your own channel in the past. Okay, so next up, we have lots of Roblox. What do you think they do, D?
Lots of Roblox. I have no idea.
No idea?
Stumped.
Okay. So they do Roblox tutorials and how to.
Couldn't have figured that one out.
Goal of the channel is to make money. And the question is, I use an AI voice in my videos, but I want to live stream to help viewers increase watch hours. How should I live stream if I can't use my AI voice? And what are the best ways to grow watch hours quickly? So the best way to grow watch hours quickly is, of course, to make content. Let's do it this way. The best way that you can grow watch hours quickly on your YouTube channel is to make sure that when you are packaging up your videos, that they best meet the expectation that a viewer would have when it comes, or that you're creating the right expectation for a viewer. So when they go into the video, that you're meeting that expectation. So then they're more likely to stick around and watch the video. A lot of people will use clickbait when it comes to their videos, and they will mislead viewers just to give it an end of the video, or they'll use imagery like we've seen a few times here on the stream today, where they'll use imagery that doesn't really match what it is that people are getting inside. So they're creating one expectation on the outside. Viewers click on that expecting one thing. They get into the video and they abandon the video quickly because it's not what they're not getting what they anticipated they would get. So step number one is to make sure that you are thinking about the expectation that your packaging is creating on your videos, so that you can make sure that you're matching that or meeting that once they get into the actual content. That's step number one. Step number two is to make sure that when you are putting your videos together, that you are considering the viewer experience and that you're not doing anything to waste the viewer's time. Because when it comes to YouTube, people have an unlimited amount of content that they can watch, and because of that, if you start wasting people's time with things like logo intros or being too explanatory or giving too much context or whatever the thing is, then in that case, that can also cause people to just get bored with the video and abandon the video because of that. So make sure that you're just being extremely mindful about the experience that the viewer is having when you're putting your video together. In addition to that, make sure that the audio quality is up to par to where people can clearly hear you. Make sure that anything that you're showing, if it's your game footage, if it is you on camera, if it's scenery, whatever the thing is, make sure that the video quality is good enough that when somebody goes into the video, that they won't think, and same with the audio quality, that they won't think that like, oh, this like looks bad or whatever the thing is. It just needs to be good enough. It doesn't have to be perfect. It just has to be good enough so that the quality of the content isn't a distraction, right? Same thing with the audio. The audio has to be good enough where people can clearly hear everything that they need in order to get what they need out of the video. It doesn't have to be perfect. It just has to be good enough to where when they're experiencing your content, the quality of the audio itself isn't a distraction that makes them think, oh, there's something wrong with this, audio, or this sounds weird, or I can hardly hear the person, or whatever the thing is, right? So if you do those things, and then at the core of it all, you make videos about topics that a large amount of people care about, then if you do all of those things and you do it repeatedly over time, then that will help you get more watch hours on your videos. Now, the complication that you have is that you are wanting to live stream, and you use an AI voice, but you can't use that AI voice in your live stream, so you're looking for solutions. So really, I think the best solution is to just go live and you talk. Because if you are not going to be if you can't use the AI voice, you only have one option, and that option is to use your voice, unless you hire somebody else to do the live stream for you.
I'm going to disagree with you.
So because of that, okay, go.
I'm going to jump in here.
Yeah, go.
You can use AI voice for your live stream, but it would take a lot of preparation and setup. And I'm going
you're saying a pre-recorded video. It's not a live stream, though.
No, you could pre-record clips and put them into a sound bank, and you could play clips.
Oh.
So you would have, it's not ideal, but if you wanted to go live.
Technically, yeah.
If you wanted to go live and you you're going to say certain things and stuff like that, you could technically do that.
Right.
It would be a lot of work, but once you have them recorded, you have them recorded forever. It would take a massive sound bank. You could set that up. So there is a technicality there, because I don't know if they can speak.
Right.
Maybe they can't use their own voice. Whatever the reason is.
Right.
But, that's technically a way you could do it. Ton of work, but that could be how you could do it.
Yep.
Carry on.
Yeah, you're right.
Yep.
Yeah, so, technically also, you could do a pre-recorded live stream.
I don't like the word can't.
Yeah, you're right. I'm with you.
I'm a solutions guy.
Yep, I like that. But yeah, so like when it comes to that, technically you could do a pre-recorded live stream too, but then like your interaction would be in the chat while you're presenting the video, as a live stream.
Yeah, that would
so
work too.
you can do that in OBS to where you start the live stream and then play the video.
I wouldn't know.
You can do it in Streamyard, where you can do the same exact thing. But the thing about using live streams for watch time is they can be powerhouses if you have people hanging out.
Yes.
However, if you don't have people in the live stream, then in that case, you're not accumulating, watch time just because you're live. You have to have people in the in the live stream participating. So because of that, like I would focus on the video content, unless I'm actually going to look at the channel here real quick. Unless you have activity on the channel and you have people that would come into the live stream. If so, then in that case, doing a live stream might be something to do. Yeah, you got 5,000 subscribers on the channel. Yeah, some of your videos have gotten views too. So yeah, if you go live, you might have people come and participate. So yeah, really, I think the easiest solution would be to go live and play Roblox. And with that, technically, you don't even have to say anything.
Yeah,
that's another solution.
It could be right? You don't have to say anything.
Yeah, just do the the game stuff. And then that way, technically, you don't have to say anything. You could just go live and just have it as like a let's play. Because here, it looks like you're on like how to get, this, how to get all the prizes, how to do this, that, and the other thing. Your live stream could be the same exact thing where you're solving a problem that a lot of Roblox players are having. And you go live to solve that same exact problem. But you don't use the voice. You just show them how to do it. And maybe with a hybrid of D's option of having some pre-recorded stuff, the very first thing you have pre-recorded is just the voice that says what it is that you're going to do. And then you trigger that voice as your stream starts. Welcome to the live stream. This is what we're going to be doing. I'm going to be taking you through this. And then that makes the live stream replay more valuable. And then from there, just have a few words that you might want to say along the way in terms of things that you might run into. Yeah, and then have like a pre-recorded ending that you put on it as well. Just inviting people to subscribe or to like it or whatever. Even little triggers like this.
If you're enjoying the show, remember to give it a thumbs up and share it with a friend right now.
Right? So then that way, like as it's playing, just occasionally, hit something like that in order for people to hear those things too. Yeah, you can do that kind of stuff. So thanks for that correction, D. I was limiting my mind on that one.
Yeah, it's a lot of work. But if that's your situation, that's
then you got to figure it out.
You got to figure it out.
Yep.
Yeah. Either stream with no voice at all, which might be fine, or put something together to where you can do some AI voice while you play. Yeah. Figure it out.
Okay, so let's see here real quick. Let me go ahead and pull this up, and I think we're going to do some VidSummit tickets.
I was just going to say.
I think it's about time. So a couple things really quick as we get into this here. Let me go ahead and get this all loaded up. Boom, start giveaway. Go ahead and get it on screen. Okay, here we go. And okay, I've got my word in there, and we are good there.
What's it going to be?
Okay, so a couple things. First, we are going to be giving away VidSummit tickets. If you're not familiar with VidSummit, just so you know, VidSummit is a conference for content creators. Like I mentioned earlier in the stream, if you were here for it, but if you weren't here for it, VidSummit is a conference for content creators where we all get together to share what it is that we know for each other, network with each other, and learn from each other. So if you are somebody that takes this seriously, you're turning your channel into a business, and you are really trying to get the most out of your YouTube channel, then you want to make sure that you come to VidSummit. It's happening in Dallas, Texas, September 29th through October 1st. And with the giveaway that we're getting ready to do, even if you don't win, go to vidsummit.com and you can learn more about VidSummit, and hopefully we will see you in Dallas, Texas for that, even if you don't win. But when it comes to this giveaway that we're getting ready to do for this, the only thing that we ask, we have just a couple things. The very first is only participate in the giveaway if you can physically make it to Dallas, Texas, September 29th to October 1st. That's number one. You are responsible for your own airfare and for your own travel to get there, however it is, walking, riding a bike, driving a car, flying an airplane, whatever. You're responsible for getting there, and you're responsible for your hotel in the area. So because of that, make sure you can do those things. Hey, there's Renee. So make sure you can do those things, and also make sure that you are uploading videos too. Because we want to make sure that people are going here that are doing the thing. So that's it. That's the rules. Oh, and make sure that if you do win, that you do contact us within 7 days. The way that you do that is you contact me on X via DM, and you can just send me the DM, and then I'll see it there, and then we can take it from there. So that's how you do it. And you do that within 7 days. If you don't do it within 7 days, then we pass it off to somebody else.
Give it away.
Yep. So with all of that out of the way, let's go ahead and go to VidSummit into the chat. So that's the words that we're using here is go to VidSummit. So when you put that into the chat, what's going to happen is that's going to start counting these. And when you put it into the chat, you only have to do it once. And then it's going to start counting them. And then as we collect some of these, then I'm going to hit this pick a winner button right here. And then this is going to randomly select somebody from the chat here.
I think this one needs to get up to 30.
So we'll see.
Hit the sub button.
30.
Hit the like button. Yeah. If you're having fun, comment, type something.
Tish says,
Okay,
FYI, there's a campground nearby. So if you have an RV or a camper, just saying.
That's a bonus tip. Yeah, if you are somebody that has an RV or camper, that's a great tip.
Go there and throw down a tent in the heat of Texas.
Mm-hmm.
Sly went walking. How you doing, man?
Okay, waiting for him to come in. We got 25 right now.
Yep, we need 26. Let's go.
4 more, and we're spinning this puppy.
Yep.
So if you're sitting back watching your TV, doesn't matter what type of subscriber or how many subscribers you have at VidSummit, nobody cares about that. Everybody's trying to help you move forward, trying to help you level up. So it doesn't matter how many subscribers you have. It doesn't matter how long you've been on YouTube. Everybody's there trying to help. So if this is something that you're interested in, then make sure that you do participate here. And if you don't win, make sure you check out vidsummit.com. 2 more. Here we go. Here we go.
Let's go.
Here we go. Here we go.
28, 20. Ooh, maybe.
But we might be stalled at 28.
I thought we were going to get
might
to
be
30.
stalled at 28. Here we go. Here we go.
We're not going to give one away if we can't get to 30.
Here we go. Yep. 28. Need 2 more. 2 more.
2 people. Really?
I'm going to go to VidSummit. I'm going to tilt it a little bit there.
That's not fair.
Yep. Hey, man, I'm just trying to take it up. Okay, now we need 1 more. Yep.
If you win.
If I win, then I'll just randomly pick somebody if I win.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, then I feel like I should put 1 in too.
Okay, then that takes us to 30.
Okay, I'm going to put 1 in right now.
Yep,
Hold on.
go.
Hold on. I'm getting there.
Oh, there it is, 30. We got it.
No, I want to
No,
be in
you
there
missed
now.
it.
No.
Oh, there it goes. There it goes. You missed it.
I'm going to choose somebody to give 1 away to.
Here we go. Shark Scrapper wins this one. What are the odds?
Wow.
What are the odds?
Shark Scrapper.
Shark Scrapper. Nice work. Nice work on that one. Shark Scrapper. Awesome to see that you're going to Vid Summit. Absolutely love it.
Way to go.
Way to go. Absolutely love that. And so we have an overflow from last week.
Give it away.
Also. And we're going to give that to Playing the Mom Game. Is the one from the overflow from last week that turned their ticket back in.
There you go.
So Shark Scrapper, Playing the Mom Game, and Magic Flying Potato are the winners of this week's Vid Summit tickets.
There you go.
Yep, there you go. So everybody, send me DMs on X, and then I will send you back a list of questions that you need to fill out so that I can add them into the thing where I add the tickets, and then we'll go from there. So congratulations to everybody. Big round of applause for everybody.
There you go.
All right, here we go. Okay, so let's see here. So next up, we have...
Take Vid Summit down.
Yep, there we go.
I didn't see Shark Scrapper in here.
Yeah, I didn't either. I mean, he was here earlier, but hold on.
I mean, he would have had to just put that in.
Yep, hold on. Oh, no, there he is. He's right there. Yep.
All right, now.
Yep, he's right underneath Rebecca there.
All right, now we need to check to make sure that Shark Scrapper is uploading.
I think it's better. I know that he's uploading. Yeah, I think it's better to answer a few more questions here.
All right,
yeah, because then that's like 3 people that we have to verify here. But you know what? Yeah, I will pull them up just really quick to just double check.
You got to follow the rules, man.
Yep, you're right. Yep.
You made
that's why I'm pulling them up. I know.
You made the rules.
Yeah, so Shark Scrappers 2 days ago, 4 days ago, 9 days ago, long form content.
Okay. Let's see it. I can't see it.
Okay, we got Brad already.
Be fast.
Yep. Here we go.
All right.
And then let me go to Playing the Mom Game and go here. Go to channel, Playing the Mom Game.
Got to hold you to it, man.
Yep. And then Playing the Mom Game, we've got 2 hours ago.
Okay, there you go.
I don't know, man. I don't know if that's close enough. 2 hours ago, 7 days ago, 2 weeks ago. Yep.
Okay.
Yep, perfect.
Ready to go, Brad? All right. All right, we're good.
Okay, there we go.
Let's answer some more questions.
Thanks for holding me accountable there, D. Appreciate that.
Somebody has to do it.
And holding them accountable.
Yeah.
As well.
Listen, I'm here to hold people accountable.
I know. Appreciate that.
That's why I'm here.
Derailing and holding people accountable.
That's right.
Yep. Okay, so next up on the list here, we got the SAS guy. The SAS guy uploads every other day. They've been on YouTube for less than 6 months. The question is, how do I stand out from demos and ads? All of my shorts get 1,000 views. My long forms get 2. How do I get more views on the long form videos? Okay. So let me pull up your channel here real quick, the sassy guy. See what it is you got going on here.
It's a SAS.
Okay, so they are on camera. Go here for the videos. Let's go up here. Okay, D. What do you think first? Okay, so first let me go up here. The SAS guy, real talk, real solutions, real results. Not sure about what, right? There's no, I'm not sure what you mean about real talk, real solutions, real results, about what. I would get clear on that unless SAS. SaaS is probably the thing, software as a service, I'm guessing. But let's come down here.
What's it? Less clicking.
Less clicking, better data, smarter decisions, go home on time.
Okay, that is more. Okay, less clicking, better data. That's more. That tells me more than all the other texts that you have.
Okay, right. Let's take a look at these thumbnails. What do you think,
okay.
D?
So first and foremost, obviously AI generated thumbnails, and I can tell that for a couple of reasons here. One, just because of the overall look. AI has a look. Number two, it is giving you the wrong aspect ratio. So when you're making AI thumbnails, you need to tell it to create a 16:9 ratio for the thumbnail. If you don't tell it to do that, and sometimes it still doesn't listen, so you have to force it, it will do this to where your text is getting cut off.
Scale Train Station says, wholly overcrowded thumbnails, Batman.
The next thing about AI is it has a tendency to just clutter a thumbnail because it doesn't know when to stop. So
kind of like D.
Kind of like me. So you have to tell it not to add all this stuff. You need to tell it what the focus is, what to focus on, and you need to tell it how many words you want. So maybe you want to say, add 3 to 5 or 3 to 6 words. Don't add anything else. Don't clutter it. Focus on this particular thing.
Use 1 of 10. If you're making AI thumbnail, anybody here that's making AI thumbnails, I have a link to this in my description if you want to give me an affiliate commission if you go use it. But even if you don't, I don't care about that. If you're making AI thumbnails, go to 1 of 10, 1of10.com. That's where you need to go if you're making AI thumbnails. Like this right here, like all of these systems are more about making graphics than they are about making effective thumbnails. So that's why you get all of this overcomplication. When you use 1 of 10, keep in mind, even with 1 of 10, you're going to have to do multiple generations and stuff because sometimes it nails it, sometimes it doesn't. But it doesn't do this. It does YouTube type thumbnails, not like general graphics like ChatGPT and other thumbnail tools do.
Right. It doesn't know when to stop. It will just keep adding stuff to it. So you need to be very particular. If you don't use something like 1 of 10, and if you are sticking with ChatGPT or whatever you're using to make this, be very specific.
Yeah, you can also make them in YouTube Studio also. Now.
Yeah, but you have to tell it.
Yeah.
If you just turn it loose and say, here's my title, make a YouTube thumbnail, 8 out of 10 times it's going to overdo it. It's going to make it too complicated. It's going to put all these things in the thumbnail that's going to distract the viewer. Looking at the one over here, I mean, first of all, looking at any of them, your eyes don't know what to focus on.
Yeah.
And somebody's looking at your thumbnail, and you might get a second of their attention, maybe 2 seconds.
Even the aspect ratio is wrong.
That's what I said to begin with. The aspect ratio is wrong, and you're only going to get a second or two of their attention, and they don't know what to focus on because you're putting well, you're not, but the AI is putting all of this stuff into your thumbnail. You don't need to put your logo in there. Just put, I don't know, between 3 to 6 words max, and just think if you're going to have an image, tell it to focus on that image.
Yes.
What you say and with the image that you're trying to get them to focus on is more important than you.
Yeah. And in addition to that, like where you have like the SaaS guy in your thumbnail, you don't need to have that.
Right.
Right? Yeah, just remove all of that stuff. Anything that's not absolutely necessary, remove it.
Yeah.
Also, when it comes to your titles, because Dee was focused on your thumbnails, so just general best practice when it comes to writing titles. And everybody, like if anybody here is adding episode numbers at the front, the general best practice when it comes to writing titles for YouTube is to put that sort of thing at the end if it's important to even have. So first you have to make sure that it's even important to have in there in the first place. Just like a regular video doesn't matter, but if you're on like a podcast, something like that, then sometimes it does. But you want to put those types of things at the end. Hashtags do not belong in long form video titles, right? In addition to that, this whole entire title, even with the hashtag taken out, we are looking right now at 78 characters for this title. So on home pages, this is going to fit. It's going to stack, but it's going to fit. Suggested videos, you are going to be truncated after the word these. So they're not going to see, this episode number and the 4 questions here. So you have the admins up here at the front. So that's okay because you have that audience identifier up there for who you're wanting to watch this. But you can also use that, depending on, how you end up doing your thumbnails differently, you might be able to put that sort of thing up here, right? You can also work it in a more natural way into your titles. So for example, let's see here. Let's try to make this super simple because you don't even have to say ask these 4 questions. Let's see here. Before you buy mobile devices, must know before you buy mobile devices. So with this, it's still just a bit long, but this is a better idea. 4 things CSS admins must know before you buy mobile devices. And we could just keep workshopping this and make it shorter. But the idea, so I messed that up there. But the idea is to, try to make this super easy to read, super easy to take in. So similar to how your thumbnails are being overcomplicated, you're also overcomplicating your titles in the same way. So what you want to do is you want to just do it in easy, natural, easy to read, short titles so that when the people that you're trying to connect with, when they see it, they can just easily and quickly get an idea of what it is that you are, offering them in that video. So the very first step is I would go through and redo every single thumbnail that you have.
Yes.
The second step is I would go through and I would update all of your titles. to where you're structuring them differently in order to make sure that you're not showing the episode numbers and things that don't really matter to people, that you're not showing those things first. And then from there, while you're doing that with the titles, try to think of how you can present those same ideas in natural language. And I know that it's easy to put titles into ChatGPT and stuff like that. But when you do that, anybody here that's using ChatGPT or any tool for titles, even, YouTube, anything like that, make sure that you're really thinking through, for the people that I'm trying to reach, is this going to be clear for them? Is this going to be easy to read? What exactly about this title is going to be compelling for them? Am I giving away too much in this title? Like, are they going to need to click on the video in order to, to get, any information here? Or am I just giving it all away in the title where they don't need to click? You want to make sure you're thinking about all of those types of things. There's a bigger list, but, you want to make sure you're thinking about those types of things.
For those of you who are using AI to generate your titles, let's say you're using ChatGPT, even if you're using the free services, you can use free ChatGPT, you can use free Gemini, you can use free Claude. I like to work them against each other. So I have like ChatGPT, I'll say what I want to make videos about, but I give it some pretty detailed instructions about who I'm trying to target, what the video is about, and as much information as I can so it understands the psychology behind the viewer who wants to watch it. Then I'll ask it to give me like 50 title ideas. And then I'll take those and then I'll put them in Gemini and I'll tell it the same thing and I'll say, are these good titles? If not, make them better. And I'll take those and I'll stick them over in Claude and I'll just kind of run them back and forth for a while and watch them kind of compete with one another until, things start to appear. I'm just like, oh, that one's really good. Or they all start agreeing that, oh yeah, these are pretty good. These are pretty good. These are pretty good. These are pretty good. But it's funny.
And even with that, you still have to inject your own, your own ideas.
You know your audience better than they do. So you have the final say, but just for doing the work, if you're not really sure which direction to go, use a couple of them because they will steer you in the wrong direction.
Oh yeah.
They don't understand your audience. So just something you can. Yeah, that's right. I'm running the fighting pit death match among AI. Yes, that's right.
So next up, we have Applaudable Tech. Applaudable Tech uploads when they have time. They've been on YouTube for 1 year or more. They do long-form tech software demos. The goal of the channel is to make money. And they say, I want to pivot my channel from software demos to tech news or advice, but I'm not sure the format will work. Should I go live or pre-record content? Being a small channel, I find lives don't get traction when I have tried them, but they're easier to do. When it comes to making content, you don't always want to think about just the easiest path. You want to make sure that you're thinking about what is appropriate for what you're trying to accomplish. And you want to make sure that you're thinking about what is the best way to reach the people that you're trying to reach, right? So what helps you with your goals and what helps you reach the people that you're trying to reach so you can add whatever value it is through the content that you're publishing. That's what you want to be thinking about, not just, what is easier. But with that, one of the things that you mentioned is that, should I do pre-recorded, content? So this all comes down to, the big picture, right? Like, what is it that you are, what is it that you're trying to do? If live streams is the best thing for that in terms of, you are trying to, grow a community, things like that, then live streams are great for that sort of thing. But when it comes to your live streams don't currently get any traction, then that also tells you that either one, you need to spend time working on your live streams, or two, you need to just lean more into the pre-recorded content and then come back to live streams later once you have people that are interacting with the channel more. Because when the people are interacting with the channel more, when you go live, then YouTube, is like, their system's like, hey, these people are interacting with the channel a lot, let's put it in front of them and see if they'll respond to it. Because their system understands the power of a live stream and they understand that it's a live event. And since it's a live event, they'll show those to people. So because of that, I like in your case, I would go with the pre-recorded content and learn how to do that, in an effective way.
So they say VidIQ analyzes the video and gives suggestions. VidIQ is great, fantastic tool. You can do a lot with VidIQ, but you still need to make sure that you are the human in control of making the decisions, because they're using AI to do that. It doesn't matter what AI tool. They have their stuff tuned in better, just like 1 of 10 has their AI tuned in really well for making thumbnails. VidIQ has theirs tuned in well for making titles and helping you identify ideas. But you still have to remember that it is AI created, and you're supposed to know your audience above all else, because it doesn't matter what AI it is, all of them are going to give you good advice, good answers, and bad answers and bad advice. All of them.
Yep.
Yeah, and the YouTube, what's it called? The YouTube chat bot. What's it called? I always forget the name.
Ask Studio.
Yeah, Ask Studio. Same thing. It can make thumbnails.
Yep.
You got to prompt it right. It can give you title ideas. It can do all that stuff.
Thank you for the super chat, Regimina. Appreciate that.
Oh, hey, nice to see you.
Hope you're doing awesome.
What's up?
What's happening? Okay, so let's see here. So Stitch and Yarn Circle says I wasn't aware of VidSummit until a few weeks ago. Yeah, it's a great conference. Like for anybody that is,
we generally like to keep the Stitchers out and the Weavers.
Yeah, it's an anti-Stitcher, thing. But no, I'm just kidding.
People with knitting needles can be a little dangerous in these sorts of gatherings.
But yeah, when it comes to like if it's something that you're trying to do seriously, then yeah, it's a great place to it's a great place to go and learn and connect.
Yeah, Doug has a good point here. It says AI is looking at demographics and stats, but it doesn't have a good handle on psychographics.
Nice. See you at VidSummit.
There you go.
So let's see here. So next up on our list, we can keep cruising through these here. We've got Vin Stories. What do you think they do, D?
Vin Stories?
Vin, V-E-N.
Vin Stories? Vin. Oh, man. Like V-E-N or V-I-N?
V-E-N.
V-E-N. He sells vending machines, and he tells people how much money he makes on various vending machines.
Interesting.
Like
that'd be interesting.
Yeah,
super interesting.
Like, yeah. That's my guess. Or maybe like
it's a stories. It's a stories channel.
Stories.
Yep. I'm not sure what kind of stories, but it's a stories channel. So
it's
the goal is to be
probably about how much money he makes in vending machines.
Might be. So the question is, what should I change if I need to change something? So let's take a look. And the goal is to be a full-time creator here, so we can be a little bit harder.
Okay.
Here on them.
Vin Stories.
Okay, you just published your first video, it looks like here. So for your first long form, and then before that you were doing shorts. So let me see what you got going on here. These look like AI videos. And hold on, I'm just waiting for the thing to load here. There we go.
I forgot what it says.
And couldn't pay rent. Okay. So yeah, I don't know if these are stories that you're getting somewhere else, or you're having AI put them together, or you're writing them. I'm not sure. But just as a heads up, like you probably have audio for these. I'm going to assume that you are. But like the captions and everything do move a little bit fast. But if you have audio, that's not a huge ordeal. So on your shorts, we'll just go back to your main grid here. So you have the title card in here. All that stuff's great. But I would definitely, instead of focusing on the title card, I would experiment with focusing on different attention grabbing visuals. So when it first opens up, or when it first slides up, I should say, that it's just more, a little bit more interesting there. But you do have movement and stuff, which is good. But it looks like the emphasis is more on your branding and this, which goes away pretty fast, instead of something that might grab some attention. So put that up here too, right? But I would definitely try to do something with the imagery there.
You have to make people care. And your branding, our branding, anybody who's just putting branding out there first, nobody cares.
Yep.
Nobody cares about your branding.
And also, if you are, if you're doing stories, right? Like, the babysitter heard footsteps upstairs, or, she ruined my birthday party. If we click into this,
Well, it looks delicious.
it does look delicious. Let's see what it is that's happening here. So this is, they ruined my birthday party. So if this shows up in your feed, you look at the title, and then this is happening. Does this really say much about a birthday party?
Unless that was poisoned,
Right.
and that's part of the birthday party. And if so, I would have like imagery of people feeling sick.
So using like birthday imagery would make a better fit for that, right? And you're also like repeating videos and stuff like that. But having more birthday imagery instead of something like this would be a much better fit for for those videos. Same thing here. The babysitter heard footsteps upstairs, and then you're showing like you're showing outdoor scenery here for
I
this.
Pause for a second. There are videos, niche videos, where people show completely different imagery while they tell a story. It's kind of the equivalent.
Yeah, with like game videos in the bottom and stuff like that.
It's kind of the equivalent of that. So that might be what they're doing.
But I would still try to, with what it is that you're doing here, because like you're close already, like you're showing food and all that stuff, so you might as well just show a birthday cake instead, right?
Yeah.
So I would try to match those types of things up. And really, if you're telling stories about people, I would also consider, trying to build some characters out and things like that, because this is clearly, AI stuff. So I would, try to do that. And also, when it comes to these like super ultra short videos, uploading the long form, I wouldn't really worry about that. A 48-second video, I mean, you can do it, but I would just focus that attention back over on YouTube Shorts instead of putting these short videos up that are long form. I'm not sure if this is still the case or not. I don't know if Renee is still in here or not, but I know that it used to be that in order for a video to be monetized on YouTube, it had to be over a minute long. So if you're doing this for the sake of monetization, then also consider that in terms of the length of the videos that you're publishing, and make sure that you look into that and confirm if that's still a thing or not. So just be mindful of that too.
Next.
Next up,
I feel like we had a channel similar to that last week.
That one?
Yeah.
I'm not sure.
They were doing the same thing. They were telling stories and had like...
So when it comes to like the...
it was like AI generated stuff, and they were doing something very similar.
Yeah, when it comes to like the AI channel gurus and stuff, like they're telling people to go make that type of content. Yeah, like, hey, go find, stories on Reddit, or have AI make some stories for you, and like, and then they teach them the process of, having AI put everything together.
Yeah.
So it's
You
probably...
get monetized in 2 weeks.
Right,
Right.
right, yeah.
Yeah. I've seen some of those videos.
So here, Crispy Applesauce, what's going on, is the next question here.
Such a great name.
They've been on YouTube for less than a year. They do TCG video essays. The goal of the channel is to connect with others who like what they like. And the question is, question about out-of-niche content. Obviously, it normally should be avoided, but is there a trick to it? I have 2 out-of-niche videos. One did 11,000 views. The other did 300. I really don't know why one worked and one didn't. Yeah, so the downside of that is you just had 11,000 people interact with the channel. If they're outside of what you are offering on the channel, is you had 11,000 people that now have interacted with your channel that YouTube's going to test some of your other content against. So, that part is just the only real negative of that. However, one thing to think about is, if you do have, and I'm looking at it right now, you have this 11,000 view video. So this is about Skyrim, and you're talking about the plants in Skyrim, if that's something that people responded to. And with this channel, by the way, the Crispy Applesauce, and D, I just want you to see this because this will probably help you remember too.
Okay.
Yeah, so they do green screen, and then they'll put themselves into like these things. So it's really creative
That's awesome.
content. Yeah, it's awesome.
Love that.
But what you
And they're just talking about whatever. Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah. But like when you have something like this, right, and it is like, hey, we're doing, these plants in Skyrim make no sense, then in that case, since you're, already talking about games and stuff, when you have something like this stand out, it's usually a good practice to follow it with something that, these people would respond to, which is another thing that you could inspect about Skyrim, right? So you've went off from that, but it's still something to try, but you went off from that because then in that case, because you're doing games, so you say it's, off niche, but I see here that, these are all gaming videos for most of these. Yeah, there's different games. So when you do have some that pop better than the others, trying to follow those up with similar conversations is definitely something to consider, especially, with something as popular as Skyrim. When those pop, try to follow them up with something that the Skyrim people specifically would enjoy. And you have to be careful because, it can end up, transition you into, to being like, hey, now I'm, my last 15 videos are Skyrim now because people keep responding to them. So as you are doing that, when you have videos pop like that, first, before you make a video, think to yourself, if this video does really well, is this something that I would be, okay to continue making, videos about? And I'm not saying that you would have to lock into Skyrim, but it's smart to follow that, for at least another video, so that you can see if you can get those people back. And if you do, then that puts you in a position where you're like, okay, well, this is what people are responding to. Maybe for the people that are interacting with my content, maybe this is what they want from me. So then maybe I should give them more of this, right? But then, from there, these plants make no sense. So another thing to consider is because people did respond to this, you can also turn this into a theme on your channel, or at least test it as a theme on your channel. So right here, this structure of these plants in Skyrim make no sense. Since people responded to this and how you did the thumbnail of you over here looking at the plants, you could also do something similar for other games, right? So, like in this Elden Rings game here, right? If there's something in this game that you could be like, hey, this thing makes no sense, right? Then in that case, then you could turn this into, test it, right? Or you could test it and see if, you could turn this into a theme to where you start, picking apart all these different things that don't make any sense in games, right? And do the same exact structure, just swap out, these fill in the blank in game, make no sense, right? And then if people respond to something like that for, additional content, then you could make this one of the themes for the channel until it stops working. But I would definitely experiment with that because you did have something that, is kind of an outlier there. And this one too. I tried Yoji Dual Links for 7 days. This one got 30,000 views on it, right? Wow. Same thing there. Let's see if you have any other 7-day content after this. Yep. Yeah, so with this, you're being very specific, right? So I tried game, object, which in this case would be links, for time, right? So challenge, game, object, for time, right? And then repeat that and see if people respond to that too. So anybody here, when you have things like this that are, breakout compared to what it is that you normally do, other things you got to consider, right? Is this more popular topically than the other things I talk about, stuff like that. But when you find these things that work better, that people respond to, seeing if you can turn those into themes is a really good move. An example that I always like to go to for this one is called All Recipes. This is one that I recommend to like everybody when I'm sharing this concept. And one of the cool things here on All Recipes, and I actually have an extension that I made for myself that isn't installed on this computer to where I can click it and then it basically collects all of the themes of a channel and then it displays those themes.
These are great thumbnails.
They are. But this channel, they have tons of themes like that they follow. So they find the thing and then they follow those themes. And then once they or while they're following those themes, then they experiment with other themes, outside of that. But then they stick to the core themes that they're doing. But they do that in a really, really good way. And they continue to get a response from what it is that they're doing.
And
but they do that in a really, really good way.
Just breaking down these thumbnails real quick, because we talked about like focus and everything. Like they're talking about food. Look how big and up front and everything the food is. Just great pictures of the food, and then very simple text. Yep. That's all you need.
So you find something that works, right? 1 hour of high protein recipes. 1 hour of comfort food recipes, 1 hour of lazy recipes for when you're too tired to cook. When you're too tired to cook is also another theme that they do on the channel. So they're combining or overlapping themes here. 1 hour of easy chicken dinners, right? So like, these types of things, when you have those videos that pop off, following those types of structures is definitely something to, or creating themes around content that pops is definitely something to consider.
Find something that works and just keep doing it.
Yep. But on that note, I do want to remind you here that D and I do have a school for YouTubers. So if you're a content creator and you're wanting to learn, more about this, we are taking applications. And with that, it's a mentorship program and it lasts for a year. So we help you with everything from video production to growth strategies and everything in between. Monetization, everything. Everything. So if you are, serious about what it is that you're doing on YouTube, make sure that you do check us out at Tuber School, and hopefully we'll see you over there. There is an application process, and we're particular about who we let it in there. So because of that, if you are interested, make sure that you just head over there and go through that process, and then we'll let you know. But one thing that I do want to remind you of is if you are, somebody that's been, doing this and you're publishing content, you're doing all this stuff and it's not working right now. I just want to remind you that when it comes to YouTube, it's a long game. They say it's a marathon, not a sprint, right? In addition to that, it comes with a learning curve, just like anything else that you're going to do. So, if you play an instrument, if you, start a new job, there's a bunch of stuff you have to learn. You start new hobbies, there's things you got to learn. YouTube's the same way. So just focus on the process of publishing, learning while you publish, taking things that you learn from this live stream and applying them to your YouTube channel, and staying on track and continue to do the thing and hang in there. You got this. D, great stream.
Yep, great stream. Great stream, everybody.
Yep, remember to check out Opus Clip. It's a tool to help you repurpose your content. And for those of you that did not win VidSummit tickets, make sure that you check out VidSummit at vidsummit.com. Have a great rest of your week or great weekend, and we'll see you next Saturday at 9 a.m. Eastern. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.